Oh, and we are back as if we have never left. Back as always, once again, we gonna be live every night, y'all. So tonight, the New York Knicks are not in action, but that does not mean we take the night off. No! As a matter of fact, that means we just get to watch other teams go at it. And so tonight, we are watching the Cleveland Cavaliers take on the Miami Heat. It's a great scouting night. Get to watch two teams that I think have been playing so far pretty well this year. The Miami Heat are dealing with a couple injuries, but we will go over it as usual. So let's go ahead and start the show. I have no idea what this music sounds like anymore because I can't hear it. I know you guys could hear it, but I can't hear it, so I'm probably way off of rhythm. But it don't matter because we are back once again with some more basketball. Cleveland Cavaliers, Miami Heat should be a good matchup with both of these teams going at it, getting off to kind of helter-skelter starts. The Miami Heat, for a while there, were one of the best offenses in the league, and still one of the best offenses in the league, but they are no longer the best offense in the league. For a while, they were leading the pack. Now, I believe Houston is still number one, and the Knicks are number two, right behind them. By the way, might I throw that in there? The stats got a little padded up with that dominant victory against the Brooklyn Nets, but we're not here to talk about the New York Knicks tonight, although the New York Knicks, I'm sure, will come up in conversation, of course, because part of the reason why we chose to watch this game tonight, other than the fact that I think it's going to end up being one of the better games here tonight, is that the Cleveland Cavaliers are obviously have a big mark on them here in the Eastern Conference. They're one of the two teams who a lot of people have already destined to be in contention to make it out of the East this year and make it to the finals. Make their long-awaited non-LeBron finals run, led by obviously Donovan Mitchell, who we will get to here. But them and the New York Knicks are the two teams, and so obviously, as a Knicks fan, as a Knicks-centric channel, we have to tune into the competition. We have to check out what's going on down there in Cleveland, right? But not only do we get to scout the Cleveland Cavaliers as the season goes on, including here tonight, but we also get to take a look at what's going on down there in Miami. They had an historic quarter, one of the greatest scoring quarters, not just in Miami Heat history, but in NBA history, where they scored 53 points in the first quarter against the Hornets. In 12 minutes of basketball, an NBA team allowed another team to score 53 points. My man, Niall Dimitri, I appreciate you, Niall. Thank you for your generosity with the $2 super chase. And hello, Sheffy. Let's go, Knicks. Appreciate you, Niall. Of course, every time. I got to set up the alerts here so that they pop here, too. My apologies for that, Niall, but I very much appreciate the generosity, Niall. Thank you, man. Darius Garland is back here tonight for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I believe this is going to be his third game. He's only played 2 games so far this season after coming back from, I believe it was turf toe surgery. So Darius Garland is going to help this Cleveland Cavaliers team, who I don't want to say has been struggling offensively because they've been very good offensively, but they've had to lean heavily on Donovan Mitchell and on Evan Mobley, and we will get to obviously Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley in the season they've had so far. But Darius Garland is going to take some of the pressure off of those guys, obviously being a good facilitating point guard, but also just a good ball handler. So Donovan Mitchell doesn't have to do all the ball handling, and they don't necessarily have to play out of Evan Mobley out of the hub when he necessarily doesn't have the matchup to do so, or if he's struggling that night, because we'll go through it. There have been some nights where Evan Mobley has struggled to be efficient. Part of that is because it's kind of his first year. They're using him more as a hub offensively, especially out of the high post, playing out of the perimeter a lot more. But we'll get to it. And so, of course, as always, we will start with Donovan Mitchell, the best player on the team, on the home team here tonight. This is a Cleveland Cavaliers home game, I believe, right? Hold on. Let me check that real quick. I believe this is Cleveland Cavaliers home team. Are we down in Miami? My bad. We are down in Miami. We always start with the road team, except when the Knicks play, because we'll always start with the captain, Jalen Brunson. But here today, we're going to start with the road team. Donovan Mitchell, the best player, the captain, the leader over on this Cleveland Cavaliers team. My man has been hooping his butt off. I believe Jeff said it earlier, playing at an all-NBA level right now. Absolutely has been. Robin, show what's up, Robin? Appreciate you. Miami in the house. I forgot, Robin, big Miami fan. We will be tuning in for the Miami game. Robin, here we go, just for you. Donovan Mitchell so far this year, 30 almost 31 points per game so far this year. And I talked about it, how Darius Garland being out has put a lot of pressure on Donovan Mitchell to be the go-to guy. Now, we know Donovan Mitchell pretty comfortable in that role, considering all the years he had to do it in Utah, is really the only go-to guy out on the perimeter down there in Utah. And so he's not unfamiliar or uncomfortable in this situation, but it's going to be really nice for Donovan Mitchell, who's now 39. He's going to be pushing 30 soon. Still in his prime, don't get me wrong, but it's going to be nice for him to be able to play off ball as well, because former context we used to have here, what I believe Donovan Mitchell, he's at his best when he doesn't have to do everything, when he can trust his teammates and his teammates can trust him and he can be off ball and doesn't have to dominate the ball as much, right? So 30 points per game so far for Donovan Mitchell with 3.2 rebounds and 5.1 assists. That's on those other ones, a little bit down so far this year, but not that big of a deal. 1.6 steals, 0.4 blocks, 3.1 turnovers. A lot of this has to do with the fact that he's the main ball handler, doesn't have really another ball handler to play off of. Mark, what's up, Mark? Cavs going to blow him out. Bam is out. You can't count out Eric Spoelstra. I'll tell you that. Can't count out Eric Spoelstra. Donovan Mitchell so far this year, 53.5% from the field, over 50 from the field, about 85 from the foul line, 44 from three-point range. He has been a man on a mission to keep this Cleveland Cavaliers team afloat while they had a little bit of a rocky start to the season. I believe they were 3-3. They've won their last four, jumping up to 7-3, similar to where the Knicks situation that they were in, jumping up to 7-3 here. They're 3-2 on the road, going up against Miami, who are 4-0 at home. So that may be a little bit of a boost for Miami being the home team here tonight. Now we go over to Evan Mobley. And who knows, man, there may come a time either this season or probably next season where maybe not probably, but where Evan Mobley legitimately takes the leap to being the best player on the team. Maybe we'll start covering him first at some point. But for here today, he is the second go-to guy here on this Miami Heat team. Now, I mean, on the Cleveland Cavaliers, not the Heat. On the Cleveland Cavaliers here tonight. Now, he's not necessarily as efficient as he was last year. Part of that is not being able to play alongside their best facilitator in Darius Garland. 47% from the field, 31% from three-point range, only 68% from the foul line. So percentages, his shooting splits, all the way down across the board. Obviously not good. The defense is always going to be there for Evan Mobley, the defensive player of the year last year. But the points are up. Rebounds are slightly down. He averaged around 9.5 last year. So down about a rebound, a little bit negligible. I'm sure it'll average out to where he's usually at. But 4.2 assists is significantly up from where it was last year. I believe a little bit over one full assist where it's up so far. And again, part of that is having to play out of the hub as the main guy with no Darius Garland out there to start the year. So you could see that Evan Mobley is doing a lot more with the ball in his hands. His percentages are taking a hit, which usually happens, especially to younger players, but he's now 24 years old. I'm sure the Cleveland Cavaliers are looking for him to take another leap up, another step up. And they were hoping that in the absence of Darius Garland, that he was indeed able to take, he's going to be able to take a lot of the things he learned as the primary guy, as the guy who's the main hub at the big man position, where a lot of teams kind of trying to operate with the big man in the middle like that. Evan Mobley has a lot to learn out of that position, but you can see kind of the fruits of his labor. Points are up, 20 points per game, score so far, 8.5 rebounds. A lot of the other stuff have to tick up, especially with the efficiency, but for the most part, the Cavs are pushing Mobley more this season as a hub offensively, especially as Garland's missed the start of the year. As we talked about, we go over to Darius Garland, the man who's made his return so far this season. This is his third game this season, so not a ton of stats to go off of. We know they'll average out to about what he's averaged so far in his career, closer to 20 points per game, closer to about 7-8 assists this season. 37.5% in the two games from three, 37% from the floor. Again, coming back from toe surgery, from the foot surgery. So you got to give him leeway to work his way back, work the rust out, get back to playing basketball again, obviously. But having him back on the court just as another ball handler and facilitator and another smart basketball player out there, another ball handler, another point guard, will allow to lubricate this offense a lot more, and they'll get a lot more free-flowing the way they have been the last couple of, going back to last year with Kenny Atkinson. Not the last couple of years, but going back to last year with Kenny Atkinson. Garland just came back from injury, so he's going to work his way back slowly, but just having another offensive threat out there will ease the pressure off of Mobley and Donovan Mitchell. And we get over to Jared Allen, who probably suffered the most with Darius Garland being out. He got off to a pretty slow start this year. 15.1 points per game, down to 8 rebounds per game when he usually hovers around 9 to 10. Only about 2 assists a game. You're not really looking For that, with him, 1.6 steals, 1 block. The defense is usually going to be there. With a guy like Jared Allen, who's more of a rim protector, 1.4 turnovers it's a little high for what Jared Allen usually puts up. 57% from the floor, 74% from the foul line. Obviously doesn't take three-point shots. Allen started off the year slowly, but has been rounding in the form for the Cavs. He should take off now that his pick-and-roll partner in Garland is back. Those two guys have a really nice connection out of the pick-and-roll, and so having Jared Allen, who's an elite roller, and Donovan Mitchell, who's an elite passer out of the pick-and-roll, back in action with those two guys. Obviously, you have Mobley and Mitchell to play off of, and getting Garland back will increase the production of Jared Allen, taking more pressure off of Mobley to have to create out of the hub. But we'll see how the Cavs tend to lean, as you want Evan Mobley to take more of the offensive load. But we'll see which way the Cavs will lean offensively. We get over to DeAndre Hunter, the guy they traded for during the trade deadline last year. 18.4 points per game, 5.3 rebounds, 2.7 assists. Points are slightly up from last year. That's because he's been in the starting lineup without Max Strus. With no Strus, Hunter has had to take more responsibility to spread the court from three. Although I will say the three-point shooting percentages is down. It's down to sub 30%, about 30% from three-point range, 47% from the field, 85% from the foul line. But with no Strus, Hunter is down to take on more responsibility. Like we said, he's better at the catch and shoot than he is as a movement shooter. And Max Strus is the movement shooter on this team. If you guys don't understand the difference, movement shooting is obviously what it sounds like. I'm sure you can use context clues to figure it out. But movement shooting is more so a guy running off the screens and coming towards the ball or coming away from the ball or running off an action. And so if you're curling off the screen looking for a shot and you catch it, you're catching it off the movement and you have to rise and shoot. It's different mobility, different mechanics in terms of how you shoot the ball. You have to square your body up. You have to understand your alliance to the rim, your alignment to the rim. You have to stay on balance. You have to square yourself to it. You have to keep the elbow straight. You kind of hang in the air a little bit longer. Some guys do. Some guys shoot it a little bit quicker. Some guys are moving and leaning as they shoot, and it's a different adjustment shooting off the move versus DeAndre Hunter, who I would describe more as a catch-and-shoot three-point guy. That's how he gets most of his shots, and that's when he's a significantly better shooter, is when he could just catch it, feet are set, ready, and fires. And with no Max Strus, he's kind of had to take on a little bit more of a movement shooting role to continue to spread the court. But the three-point percentage will average out as the season goes on because that tends to be how it is. He's not going to forget how to shoot perimeter shots all of a sudden and be a sub 30% shooter from three, although it's going to take some good shooting as the season goes on in order to raise that back up to where it was last year at about 38, 39%. Big Rud, what's up, Big Rud? And we get over to Max Strus, who remains out for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I don't even remember what the injury was with Max Strus, but he remains out, has yet to make his season debut. He should be back, and I believe the initial ruling was the first 2 months of the year, so he may be back at the end of November, the end of this month. We'll see. We'll see. We get over to Lonzo Ball, and Lonzo, one of my favorite players in the league. I'm always going to root for Lonzo Ball, but been a little bit of a rough season for Lonzo. He's shooting under 30% from the field and under 23%. He's shooting 23.5% from three-point range. This is supposed to be the number that keeps you afloat offensively for Lonzo. This number, the three-point percent shooting, and the assist, right? 5.5 assists, 2.3 turnovers, about a 2-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. Not the greatest. Also, really poor shooting so far. The field goal percentage, I'm not worried about it because he's not really attacking the basket and getting shots at the rim or in the mid-range. But with subpar, not even subpar, really bad three-point shooting and the assist-to-turnovers kind of mellowing itself out. Hasn't been a great season for Lonzo Ball. But you know the defense is always going to be there with him. He's going to provide good team defense. He's a good ball mover, good connector, and whatnot. So the team is playing well when he's out there. But if he can't get these percentages up, it's going to be really difficult to justify playing him come playoff time. Daniel Tilson, Lionel Monis. What's up, Daniel? What's up, Lionel? After 2 years off, it might take Lonzo significantly more time than others this season to adjust to his new surroundings. So we say this all the time when we watch teams, when we watch the Knicks and we watch other teams with new players like the Orlando Magic with Desmond Bane and whatnot. It's going to take time for those players to adjust to the new surroundings. It's going to take time for their coach to adjust to playing with a new piece to the team, how they're going to play with them, how they're going to utilize them, what spots on the court they're going to get their shots from. It's going to be different from where they used to get them on another team. Understanding where they like the ball on passes, right? Like some guys like it high, and they can keep it high and turn and shoot. Some guys like it a little low so they don't have to go down to a dip, because if you throw it to me high and I want to dip the ball as a shooter, I'm going to have to catch it high and then come down and then come back up, right? Takes more time to shoot the shot. So some guys like it low, some guys like it high, some guys like it a little bit in the middle here. And it's about learning those tendencies as a point guard, as a passer, to learn that. Jeff Brown said, honor mentioned Jalen Tyson. Boy, oh boy, do I have something for you, Jeff Brown. We will get to Jalen Tyson here tonight. Anthony GT said, I seem a little crazy, Nick, sometimes. It's because I've been waiting since 83, 84, the Bernard season. I'm getting old already. Brother, I feel like I'm getting old already as well, and I've been around since like 2007 watching the Knicks, right? So even I feel like I'm getting old. It's been a long time for sure. But it's going to take Lonzo a while with the 2 years off with the meniscus replacement surgery, which is already like, oof, man, he practically got a new ligament in that knee. We get over to Dean Wade, and I'm telling you, I've been super impressed with Dean Wade so far this year. We'll get to it. 5.4 points per game, 3.4 rebounds, 1.3 assists. You look at the traditional counting stats, not going to jump off the page, 34% from the field, 28% from three-point range. You're like, what about Dean Wade has impressed you so far this year? The statistics seem awful. These numbers will rise. He's better than this. Again, playing with Garland out there, he's going to generate easier shots for a lot of the role players here. But the three-point shooting has been hit or miss for Wade so far this year, but the defense seems to have taken a little bit of a leap, especially his perimeter defense has been impressive, at least to me. Maybe, Cleveland Cavaliers fans in the chat can tell me if this is a new development with Dean Wade, but I feel like he wasn't always the go-to guy to guard perimeter players. I've seen him guard Jalen Brunson, obviously, when they played the Knicks on opening night. I've seen him guard Josh Giddey. I've seen him guard multiple ball handlers so far this year where it's like, yeah, he's the guy to go to be your lockdown perimeter defender, and he's done a pretty good job at it. He's not perfect. He's not always going to get the job done because he's not super quick or anything like that, so maybe some guys can get around him. But Dean Wade has been very impressive to me defensively, and I do expect the offense to come around at some point. These percentages should rise. A slow start shooting-wise for Dean Wade this year. We're going to go over to Larry Nance Jr., who's not playing tonight. I believe he's injured, so he's not going to be available tonight. So we'll quickly move right over to Jalen Tyson. I got you, Jeff. I got you, big dog. David Oz Jr., what's up, David Oz Jr.? Jalen Tyson has been the starter, I believe, right, for the Cleveland Cavaliers last couple of games. He's coming off, I believe, one of his best games, scoring 17 points the other night. So far this year, 11.3 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, 2 assists. The shooting percentages are pretty fantastic, almost 50% from three-point range. Not known as a shooter coming into the league, but obviously realizing I got to get my shots up. I got to become a significantly better shooter in order to hang around in the league. And he put in the work last season because he was not shooting this last year. Obviously, this number is going to come down. He's not going to shoot damn near 50% from three. It's still early in the year. The percentages will come down. But he's proven that he can be a reliable option out on the perimeter, right? And that's the first step of becoming a legit shooter in the NBA, of knocking down a shot in the NBA. They're going to test you to shoot. And so right now he's getting a lot of wide open looks because defenses are like, go ahead, prove you can shoot. Prove you can knock down the three-point shot, Jalen Tyson. And he's proven it. He's shooting almost 50% from three. So defenses will change their coverage on him. It's going to be how he adapts. But this is a very, very good sign for Jalen Tyson. Very, very good sign for the Cleveland Cavaliers to have another option, a 6'6" wing coming off the bench for them, an option for them should they need to go to it later on in the season or even in the playoffs. Tyson has taken a big step for the Cavs as they started the year out without Strus. His defense has improved, but the shooting leap is the biggest development. It's the thing that's going to keep him around in the NBA, the shooting leap. Jeff Brown said last honor mentioned Sam Merritt. Talk to me, Jeff Brown, because I got you right here, brother. You think I'm not going to bring up Sam Merrill? Of course, this is the Sheffy show. We get into the nitty-gritty of each team. At least we try to, right? Sam Merrill, a big part of what the Cleveland Cavaliers have been doing. My man's now 29 years old. I did not realize he was this old, but shout out Sam Merrill, having a career year so far. 15 points per game, 1.7 rebounds, 2.6 assists. Again, he's really just out here to do this. He's really just out here to do this. Shooting 55% from three-point range. He's only taking a handful of free throws, so ignore the 100% from the foul line. But again, he's a knockdown free throw shooter because he is a knockdown three-point shooter. The touch is real. 55% from the field, but this is really what he's looking to do. And boy, oh boy, is he not bashful. My man will let it fly. Contested, don't matter, I'm getting it up. Off movement, don't matter, I'm getting it up. Slightly covered, fading out of the corner, don't matter, I'm getting the three-point shot up because I know where my value is. Brittany Kelly, what's up, Brittany Kelly? Merrill is an absolute sniper and is now doing a good job of leveraging the threat of his shot into attacking closeouts and getting paint touches. Something that Sam Merrill previously was not really doing. He was really just catching and shooting and letting it fly, understanding where his value was. But now the defenses understand that Sam Merrill is an absolute sniper. They're closing out very hard to Sam Merrill, trying to run him off the line, and he's leveraging that by getting some paint touches. Now, he doesn't always make the correct decision. Only 2.6 assists to 1 turnover, not the greatest, right? But just getting paint touches and collapsing the defense and forcing them to overreact to three-point shooters and stretching out the defense, forcing them to converge all the way out on you, even if you're 30 feet away from the basket, is excellent pressure that Sam Merrill can put on a defense as a role player coming off the bench. Fantastic season so far for Sam Merrill, and we know what he's capable of. Jeff Brown said he had some assists last game. He did. And again, he may get better as the season goes on, as he leverages that three-point shooting ability to get paint touches. Now we get over to the Miami Heat. And Bam Adebayo is out tonight. He's out with a toe injury. He hurt it in the Denver game. He's missed the last couple. But even without Bam Adebayo, they put up 53 points against Charlotte. Now, Charlotte is not the greatest defensive team out there. So everybody's going to be putting up points against the Charlotte Hornets. But still very impressive to put up 53 points in a 12-minute NBA game. Doesn't matter who the competition is, right? Like the Knicks have played the Wizards. They've played the Nets now. Some very, very bad defensive teams. And they did not even get close to scoring 53 points in a quarter. So Miami Heat can still be dangerous even without Bam, even without Hero. Speaking of without Hero, Tyler Hero is yet to make a season debut. He continues to be out. And so we're going to jump right to the guy who's been, I would say, the second most impressive Miami Heat player this season. Now, we know what Norman Powell is capable of, and as I wrote here, Norman Powell is proving that last season was no fluke. If anybody thought it was a fluke last year, that he became an over 20-point per game scorer and was a borderline all-star last year, he has continued to play at a borderline all-star level this season with a different team, with a different coach, with a different style in the Miami Heat. So he's real deal made a leap offensively here. 23.3 points per game, which is more than the average last year. 4.6 rebounds, 2.4 assists. I believe all three of these stats are a little bit up from where they were last year. 1.4 steals per game, only about a 0.1 blocks, doesn't matter. 2.4 assists, 46% from the field, 94% from the foul line, 46% from three-point range. This man's touch is impeccable. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Every time he rises up to shoot, you feel like it's going down. He's a very dangerous man out of the court, especially if he knocks down his first couple when he gets it going, because this man has a high shot release. He jumps very high on his jump shot, so it gets very difficult to contest. He's also explosive going to the basket, an excellent finisher. And the way the Miami Heat are playing offense this year, you better keep pace with them, or else Norman Powell is going to get easy bucket after easy bucket after easy bucket, and you're going to have a very long night. Now we make our way over to Andrew Wiggins, the guy they acquired last year from the Golden State Warriors. Was it last year or was it 2 seasons ago? Either way, Andrew Wiggins now on the Miami Heat, 17.3 points per game, 4.6 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 52% from the field, 60% from the foul line, 40% from three-point range. This is the number that's always there to watch for Andrew Wiggins because he can be hit or miss. And as I wrote here, feels like Wiggins has been trying to find his game his whole career, right? Average defender on most nights and with an unreliable jump shot. He can be hit or miss. Some nights he's an absolute dog and a lockdown defender and you can't get by him and he's causing turnovers and disruptions all over the place. And then some nights he's a turnstile and you forget he's even out there. Some nights he's an absolute marksman and he's knocking down perimeter jumper after perimeter jumper. Whether it's a three-point shot or a mid-range shot or a turnaround fall-away shot, does not matter. He's knocking it down that night. And some nights he takes 7 shots and he misses 6 of them. You know, hit or miss. Sometimes he's there, sometimes he's not. Just depends on the night you catch him on, right? But overall, it's kind of what it averages out to. He's going to give you about 17 a night. Sometimes efficiently, sometimes not. We get over to Nikola Jovic. And I don't want to say it. And Nets fan, if there's any Miami Heat fans in the chat, you can let me know about Nikola Jovic. But I feel like he's kind of been a little disappointing so far this year because the averages kind of very similar to what they were last year. Doesn't seem like there's a big leap in Nikola Jovic so far this year. Statistically, 45% from the field, 35% from three-point range. We know what he can do. We know he can stretch it a little bit. We know he can attack a closeout a little bit. We know he can be a feisty defender and whatnot. But overall, Jokic hasn't made the leap yet that many people have been waiting on. It's still solid, but still feels like there's more upside than this 22-year-old. He's 22 years old. He's not even close to who the final player he's going to be, but this feels a little bit like a stagnation year for him. Not a lot seems to be on the horizon for Nikola Jovic, unless he significantly improves as the season goes on, which is definitely possible, and he figures some things out. But 6'10" power forward / small forward with a little bit of ball handling capabilities, a very sweet stroke from the perimeter, a decent finisher, especially at his size. Just feels like there's more being left on the table right now for Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jovic. And I know that Miami Heat feels that. I'm sure the fans also feel that. Waiting on that Jovic jump. Just hasn't been there yet. Now we get over to Kel'el Ware. Kel'el Ware obviously filling in for Bam Adebayo. He was already the starting big man alongside Bam Adebayo for the Miami Heat, but now having to start without his big man front court mate. Kel'el Ware, about 10 points per game, 7.7 rebounds, 0.6 assists, a steal, 1.3 blocks, 1.2 turnovers. We know what Kel'el Ware is capable of. He showed a lot of it last year, and similar to Jovic, a little bit of a stagnation so far. 35% from three-point range, which is very good. This is the number you wanted to see. I believe he was over the course. I believe he played 40-something games last year, maybe 60-something. But he was like a 30% three-point shooter, so you're already seeing this number rise a little bit as the volume's also gone up a little bit. 49% from the field, 70% from the foul line is kind of like my baseline of what I want big men to shoot. So that's pretty fine for him. We'll rock with that. Ware statistically very similar to last year. Shooting's a little more consistent, but the name of the game for Ware is consistency overall this season. The big thing about Kel'el Ware coming out of Indiana, he spent the year with Oregon, transferred to Indiana, then entered into the NBA draft and got drafted by the Heat. The thing with Kel'el Ware the entire time, the reason why he wasn't drafted after his freshman year was motor issues, motor questions, I should say. Many teams question whether or not this guy had a motor capable of being an NBA big man. You're going to need it on every possession because you're going to be involved in almost every action, especially as teams try to collapse the paint and get to the rim. You got to be a rim protector. You got to be able to spread it out to the perimeter and guard perimeter players and rotate out. Have to be communicative on the defensive end, and that's all defense. That's not even to mention the fact that we also want you to do a lot of stuff offensively. And so he's got a lot on his hands as a big man. Great opportunity for him to learn alongside Bam Adebayo. I think those two guys can be a formidable front court for years to come if he continues to grow and develop the proper way. He's only 21 years old. He still has a long future ahead of him, but a little bit of a stagnation year for Kel'el Ware so far. Still solid, but definitely a whole lot more upside to him. And we're going to get to the guy who I would consider the most impressive Miami Heat player so far this year. I think the guy that makes their offense go so far this season. 17 points per game, a big upgrade. I believe he only averaged about 9 points per game last year in a sophomore slump. 7 rebounds, 5 assists, stats all the way up across the board. 57% from the field, only 22% from three-point range, so it's not even like, oh, he's just hot from the perimeter so far to start the year. No, he's actually ice cold. He's averaged out around 34% from three-point range. He's actually going to progress to the regression as the season goes on. Three-point shooting. So he may even get closer to like a 20-point per game score so far this year. He is coming off the bench. But Jaquez is realizing his full potential in year 3. His refusal to settle. And the Heat's new offense is allowing Jaquez to thrive by attacking the paint over and over and over again. And tonight I will be repeating the phrase, Jaquez to the basket, Jaquez to the rim. Jaquez gets downhill, going all the way to the basket, attacking the paint. Jaquez another layup. Jaquez a fast break dunk. I will be repeating those phrases over and over again tonight because Jaquez has been relentless going to the basket this season, and it's really made this Heat offense go. And then we get over to Davion Mitchell, the starting point guard as Tyler Hero continues to recover from his injury. 9.2 points per game, 2.8 rebounds per game, but this is the most important stat. 7.5 assists to only 1.5 turnovers. Davion Mitchell is also kind of realizing his potential that he had coming out of Baylor. Almost 50% from the field, 46% from the foul line. Knock down your free throws. Davion Mitchell, come on, brother. This number should go up. 37% from three-point range, which is a big number for him as an undersized guard. He's not always going to be able to get into the paint and finish. But Mitchell has carved out space as an undersized defensive guard who doesn't give an inch. Right? They don't call him Off Night for nothing. His nickname, if you didn't know, is Off Night because when you go up against Davion Mitchell, you tend to have off nights. Right? His offense is starting to come around and he's learning to be a lead guard. Wasn't seen as a lead guard coming out of college, just more as a 3-and-D defensive point guard coming out of college. But learning to be a lead guard here in this Miami offense, 7.5 assists per game so far to start the year for Davion Mitchell is highly impressive. He's also, like Jaquez, keeping this offense moving, which is very impressive for him. Now we go over to Pelle Larsson. Pelle Larsson doesn't play a ton, but he is going to be out there here tonight. About 34.5% from three-point range. He is known more so as a 3-and-D guy. He has the 3-and-D archetype, but the 3 is about average. The defense is about average, but he's just out there to kind of fill a role right now. But you want to talk about the 3-and-D archetype, we get over to the guy, Simone Fontecchio, who had some solid seasons in Utah. got traded to the Pistons, had I think a solid half season with the Pistons after he got traded there, and then kind of fell out of the rotation a little bit. But now, again, re-entering a rotation here with the Miami Heat, 11.2 points per game off the bench, a lot of them coming from three-point ranges. He's up to 50% from three-point range so far this year. Fontecchio was a solid 3-and-D player with good size and length, shooting it very well to start the year. Just a solid guy coming off the bench. He's going to knock down some threes. He's going to slide his feet and stay in front of a bunch of guys. Very good guy to bring off the bench. I think every team kind of wants a Fontecchio around. He's just really solid to have. And that's going to wrap up our little pregame spiel here as we went through both teams' rotations. We are, about 5 minutes away from tip-off here. We do have a couple of games going on so far here tonight. What's the Peacock game? I didn't know there was a Peacock game tonight. Wizards-Pistons is on the Peacock. That's a rough one. But we will keep an eye on it as the game goes on, because obviously the Pistons are 8-2. And as a Knicks fan, as a fan of an Eastern Conference team, you want other Eastern Conference teams to lose as much as possible. That's the Blazers-Orlando game. But it's a close game as the Wizards just knocked down to 31-30. It's a close game after one. And that's not the end of the first quarter. They got 2 minutes left in that quarter. But Lakers, speaking of putting up 40 in a quarter, 40 points in the first quarter against the Lakers. Lakers defense starting to let them down. Luka's up to 13 points, though, I'll tell you that. But we'll keep an eye on Wizards-Pistons as the game goes on, the night goes on. We'll also keep an eye on Blazers-Magic as the night go on. I also have prepared, just in case this game ends up not being very entertaining and the Cavs start to run away with it, or maybe the Heat start to run away with it. Either way, I do have prepared Spurs-Bulls. So as the night goes on, if we get to around 8:30 and whatnot, and this game is like, we'll switch over to Spurs-Bulls. I got everything locked and loaded, ready to go. I'll change the thumbnail. I'll change the title. I'll change the scoreboard. And we'll start from the beginning, goddammit, because we're going to watch a good game tonight. One of these two games will be good. I'll tell you that. It would also be nice if the Magic lost to the Blazers. The Blazers are pretty solid so far. As Thiago Splitter, yes, that Thiago Splitter, if you remember from the San Antonio days, is the head coach of the Trailblazers with the whole Chauncey Billups situation going on. David said, how does our Emirates Cup chances look? They have to beat the Heat this Friday. If they don't beat the Heat, they're pretty much out of it, right? You don't get into the tournament dropping to 2-2. The Knicks lost their first Emirates Cup game against the Chicago Bulls. They're already 0-1. If they can beat the Miami Heat on Friday, they play the Heat on Friday. That's an Emirates Cup game as well. That will jump them to 1-1, and then you can start going from there. You usually have a pretty good chance. If you only have one loss, you obviously want to go undefeated, but the Knicks already lost. So, chances, I'll let you know, David, after Friday. We'll go through our chances after Friday. Anthony G&T said, I have so much respect for you as a Knicks fan. At least I have Bernard and Patrick. How did you young guys like yourself get infected with terrible affliction? This is very true. This is something I've talked to older Knicks fans about a lot, where it's like, listen, at least you guys had something to go off of. Me, as a Knicks fan, I grew up in the darkness, right? That's the old Bane quote from The Dark Knight Rises, right? I was born in the darkness. You merely adopted it. You had good years. You had Patrick Ewing. You had Bernard King. Even people go further back, like they had championships in the 70s. They had Frazier. They had Reed. They had DeBusschere. They had these memories that they can fall back on as a fan, is what it felt like to enjoy basketball as a fan. I grew up in the darkness. My favorite Knicks player of all time, Anthony, is David Lee, because the season I started watching every single Knicks game, I was a Knicks fan, but I didn't start watching every single game until I believe that was the 07-08 season. And that was David Lee's breakout year where he made the All-Star team with the Knicks. And he became my favorite player because all the commentary was around that was David Lee's bringing respectability back to the Knicks. And so he became my favorite player because I grew up with the understanding that the Knicks are a laughingstock. And I was still a fan. And I still watched every game. And I still went to school. And my friends still picked on me. Like, man, you're a Knicks fan. You're trash. You're terrible. Right? Right? Your team sucks. How can you root for that team? Your team's a clown show. Everybody makes fun of those teams, right? I grew up in that. That's where I was, battling my own friends, making fun of me for liking the Knicks. and I had nothing to go off of. I was clinging to David Lee. That was my guy. And then obviously they get Amari, and then I become a big Amari fan, but then he only gives us half a season. I'm like, all right, great job, Amari. You broke down just like everybody said you would. Then they trade half the team for Carmelo Anthony. They can never put a full team around him. Doesn't seem great. The prospects, the way they try to build the team from there, just terrible management, terrible trades after the Melo trade, right? Like the Melo trade, ultimately you look back on it, and it didn't work out, obviously, and we can look at it and be like, they gave up too much for Melo. And they did, but it didn't sink the organization. Like at that point, now you have Carmelo Anthony, you could build around Carmelo, and they did a terrible job of doing that. So, and then after that, it just becomes a complete clown show. They hire Phil Jackson, and we know how that goes, and ultimately it leads us to this era. But, I'm so appreciative of this, which is probably why you guys see me so positive and so optimistic about this team, because I'm so appreciative of getting, legitimately good basketball here with the Knicks, because I've never had it, really. I never believed in the 12-13 team. I know a lot of people point to that team. I never believed in that team could have made a championship run. Never believed in it. I just knew, we're not beating Miami that year, right? So, always going to be appreciative of what we have right now. David Osh Jr. said, Keanu Anthony to the Knicks. Man, it's just too good of a story. Like, Hollywood can't write a better story than that, right? It would be too good of a story. David Osh Jr. said, point differential makes it crazy. Yeah, with the Emirates Cup, point differential does make it crazy. I believe they ended up only losing by 8 in that Chicago game, so right now they're a -8 in point differential. Obviously, you want that as positive as possible. You're going to play Miami. They'll likely be without Bam at that point, so we'll see. I believe the original prognosis with Bam was a week or two, so I hope maybe be questionable going into those games. We'll see if they elect to play him or not. Powell Larson is getting the start tonight for the Miami Heat. DeAndre Hunter is getting the start for the Cleveland Cavaliers. We know Darius Garland is back in the lineup. He's playing. -10. They lost by 10, David. Gotcha. They are -10, unfortunately. David said after week's end, Miami's going to be in the 10th seed. Yeah, man. I mean, these early seasons standings watch always get a little crazy. They always get a little crazy, but you obviously want to get off to as good of a start as possible. All right, here we go. We're getting ready for the tip here. Nick Yak, what's up, Yak? These last 2 games been our best 2 games in a row in a long time. Look, they're also playing, they're playing bad competition overall. The 2 wins during the 4-game winning streak, the 2 good wins that they had, they beat the Bulls and they beat the Timberwolves, 2 good teams. The other 2 wins they had, they played Washington, they played Brooklyn. You beat the teams you have to beat, and they beat both of those teams pretty convincingly. So that's exactly what you want to see from a good team. And that's what they delivered. So I'm not going to get too crazy about a light schedule so far, because it will get harder. We do have a 5-game road trip coming up right after this homestand. We're going to keep an eye on as the games go on, because Washington and Detroit are in a tight one here. The end of the first, 37-36. We'll see how that continues to go. Magic and Blazers are in a tight one as well. Don't really care about Lakers Hornets. That's not a big deal. Why did this pause? Let's start the game. Are we off for the tip? All right. Why are they blacking it out? I got to refresh the page. There we go. I did hear Norman Powell down the lane. Now let's restart it. Restart the stream. There we go. We're here. Back into it. Powell down the lane, but he didn't get the shot to go down. And we come in and Norman, who was that? DeAndre Hunter knocked down a 3, they said. So it's going to start off 3-0 here to start the game, and we're off and running. Davion Mitchell has it up top, attacking Garland off the bounce, gets into the lane, kicks it out up top to Powell, swings it over to Larson, driving it down the lane in the rim, kicks it out. Mitchell over to Wiggins, back up top. Powell, straightaway 3, trying to answer, comes up short. Mitchell with the rebound, and he's going to slowly bring it down. Mitchell over to Garland, back to Mitchell, right wing 3, and no hesitation over Davion Mitchell. The 2 Mitchells going at it. I forgot we're going to get Donovan Mitchell versus Davion Mitchell. Okay. Andrew Wiggins has it up top. I'll do my best to clarify who is who. Andrew Wiggins blows past DeAndre Hunter. gets fouled. I believe it's going to be on the floor. Wiggins did knock down the floater, but I don't think they're going to give him the continuation. David said, we got to win group to make it or win big in these 3 games in the cup. Yeah, you gotta win the next 3. Not too many teams make it to why does this keep the player here? Why does this keep not playing? You can't lose 2 games in the NBA Cup. You're not going to make it far. You're not going to make it far doing that. Miami misses yet another 3 as we bring it down. Donovan Mitchell out to DeAndre Hunter, a right wing 3. He comes up short. Kel'el Ware with the rebound. Gets it over to Davion Mitchell. He's going to bring it down. He has it up top. Dancing with it against Garland. Kicks it over to Powell Larson, cut along the baseline. Gets blocked by Garland. DeAndre Hunter fell asleep. Now it's a 2-on-1 fast break. Hunter throws the lob to Jared Allen, who knocks it right back to DeAndre Hunter. Smart play from Jared Allen as the defense knew that they wanted to go for the lob, and Jared Allen outsmarted them, knocking it back DeAndre Hunter for a layup. They get it over to Wiggins on the right wing, attacking DeAndre Hunter off the bounce, has it in the post now, stop, turn, fall away, mid-range jumper, comes up short, Kel'el Ware knocks into the air, grabs the offensive rebound, goes up with a little flip shot, throws up an air ball along the baseline. Brother, take your time, Kel'el Ware. Donovan Mitchell bringing it down against Kel'el Ware, he's going to go right into his chest, cross-court swing pass out to Hunter on the left wing. Hunter gets grabbed by Davion Mitchell and gets fouled on the floor. Foongpei, what's up, Foongpei? I slapped your like because you cover games outside of your favorite team. Thanks for less bias. I try to be as non-biased as possible, but obviously during Knicks games, I'm going to be extremely biased. I make that known. I don't hide that. I'm a Knicks commentator first and then an NBA commentator after, kind of like Mike Breen. They get it into Jared Allen. He's going to drive it down. Scoop layup with the right hand. Blew right past Kel'el Ware there for the easy layup. And Cleveland starts off 7-0. This is something I was a little bit concerned about. Miami gets it out to Wiggins. Wiggins out of the left corner, attacking Mobley now. Wiggins, in and out dribble, driving to his right, blows past Mobley, scoop layup with the right hand. Got it to go down. Okay, Andrew Wiggins for the first bucket for the Miami Heat here. 9:30 to go here in the first quarter. It's 7-2. Miami finally got the lid off the basket. Maybe they can get things going here. Mitchell off the handoff, driving it down against Larson. Step back, cross court, Garland, left corner. Catches, pump fake, fly-by defense from Davion Mitchell. Puts up the 3 for Garland, can't get it to go. Rebound finds its way right over to Mobley, who comes up well short on the little floater there. And the Heat able to pick up the rebound to kick it out. Davion Mitchell, they're off and running. He throws up the 3. He continues to misfire. The Miami Heat continue to misfire here at home. Here comes Darius Garland bringing it down. Garland has it on the right wing, coming to his left off the screen, driving it down, middle of the lane, throws up the lefty floater, can't get it to go. Rebound gets knocked into the air. Mobley grabs it, driving it down at the foul line, kicks it out to Hunter. Hunter has it up top, puts up the 3, pretty deep over Wiggins, well short. Powell with the rebound, we're off and running. Home run pass over to Powell Larson. He's going to pull it back out. Good hustle from Donovan Mitchell to get back on defense, to get it over to Kel'el Ware, middle of the lane at the foul line, attacking Jared Allen off the bounce. Jared Allen comes up with the block and recovers the ball, and here come Cleveland pushing it the other way. It's a 5-on-4. Ware was under the basket, pull up 3 for Donovan Mitchell. Nobody picks him up. Too strong, can't get it to go. Mobley with the offensive rebound, kicks it back out to Hunter. He pump fakes, drives it down right into Davion Mitchell, puts up the floater, can't get it to go. No foul call. Hunter looking for it. There was enough contact there. Davion Mitchell throws a bullet pass over to Norman Powell, and right between his fingertips, flies out of bounds. Miami running, trying to push the pace, but not able to knock anything down so far. The only bucket they have is an Andrew Wiggins finger roll layup in the middle of the lane, and Darius Garland will bring it down with 8:13 to go here in the first quarter. Darius Garland up top, being picked up by Davion Mitchell. They get over to Donovan Mitchell, coming to his left off the screen. Larson chasing, and a beautiful no-look pass from Donovan Mitchell to a cutting Mobley along the baseline for an easy two-handed slam, as the Cavs are just slicing up Miami right now. Powell Larson up top, hands it off to Powell. Quick catch and fire to the left wing as they go under the screen. They don't switch it fast enough, and Norman Powell makes them pay, knocking down the 3. There is their first 3-point made basket for the Miami Heat. It's only a 4-point game, 9-5. Back and forth so far, and that's 7:40 to go. Mitchell out of the right corner, puts up the jumper, and he banks it in. He was looking for the foul call on Norman Powell. He's not going to get the foul call, but he does bank in the jump shot anyway. Wiggins gets it up top to Ware. They spring it over to Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell attacking Garland. They hit over to Larson. Inside to Kel'el Ware. They kick it out to Wiggins. Jab step. He's going to put up the 3 as he set his feet, and he can't get it to go. Garland with the rebound on the weak side. He's going to push it the other way. Garland gets it over to Mitchell. Extra pass to Hunter. Back to Mitchell. Walks right into an open 3, but he's not going to take it as he drives it in. Inside to Allen. Catches. Reverse layup. Got it to go. And the foul on Andrew Wiggins is going to send Jared Allen to the foul line for one more free throw. Whew. Cavaliers not settling for the open 3 there. Mitchell could have absolutely taken the open 3 there, but instead they're going to get 3 points anyway off of the old-fashioned and 1 layup for Jared Allen. Donovan Mitchell doing a good job of not settling. Whitewash, what's up, Whitewash? Let's go Heat. Another Heat fan in the chat. Appreciate you, Whitewash. Jared Allen does miss another free throw. Where with the rebound? Here comes the Heat trying to respond. 13-5, 8-point game. Davion Mitchell attacking, gets into the lane, kicks out to Powell Larson, open corner three. Can't get that one to go. Couple of open threes for Miami to start the game. They can't get him to go down. Garland bringing it down. He has it up top. They throw it inside to Jared Allen. He's got Wiggins on him. Stops, turns, throws it above glass. Good defense from Wiggins. Better offense from Jared Allen as he got a nice friendly bounce, nice friendly roll off the front of the rim. And he gets it to go down. And now it is a 10-point deficit for Miami so far to start the game. Jeff Brown said, let's go Cavs, and Whitewash responded with, let's go Heat. Love it. Love it. Nick Yak said, we had back-to-back easy games before and didn't look like this. Absolutely, Yak, absolutely. A lot of people were very quick to point out how close the Knicks-Nets games were last year when the Nets were just as bad as so far they've been this year. Niall Dimitri, my man Niall Dimitri with yet another super chat. You don't got to do all that now. You know I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Said, you rock, Sheffy. Let's go, Knicks. Appreciate you, Niall, of course, every single time. Thank you for your generosity, my man. Robin also responding with the Let's Go Heat. A lot of Heat fans in the chat so far tonight. I love it. I love it. James Sumler, what's up, James? I'm here for the support. Sheffy, appreciate you, James. Appreciate you, my man. Very generous of you. The ball movement from both sides have been very good. Probably a little bit more impressive for the Cleveland Cavaliers as they're getting off to a rocking start so far. The Miami Heat are moving the ball well. They're just not knocking down the open shots. We'll see if that changes as the game goes on. Nixon, NYC. What's up, Nixon? Now I said, yeah, I meant put let's go, Nick. Sorry. You don't got to apologize, brother. I know where you stand, Niall. I know where you stand, my man. I got you. Whitewash said, yes, sir. Much love. Let's go Heat. It's going to be a good game. I mean, look, I'm a Knicks fan. So I don't have a rooting interest so far here tonight. I just want these two teams to go at it and have a good game. I know the Heat are down Bam. They're down Hero. So it's going to be difficult for them to pull this off against a good Cleveland team who has been rolling. They've won 4 games in a row here. But they're getting open looks, Miami. They just haven't converted them so far. Again, we'll see if that changes. There are some nights where the shots just don't fall. Grinding it away, Nixon. Start of the. I was going to say it's been a long week, but it's Monday. It feels like it's been a long week. Now Dimitri said, Bam's hurt. That sucks. Yeah, he hurt himself a couple of games ago when they played Denver. I believe this is his 3rd straight game he's missed so far. Rudy Riazzi, what's up, Rudy? Happy to see you, brother. Happy to see you. So here we go. We're checking back into it. Cleveland with a 10-point lead, 15-5. How will Miami respond after this timeout? We know Spoelstra is one of the great coaches in the league. Is it simply continue to run our offense? We're getting good looks. Will there be a change? Let's see. Nixon said, Slick, want the Heat to take this game and push Cleveland down. Yeah, it would be nice. Cleveland, Miami sitting, I believe, at 4-4. Norman Powell with deep straightaway 3. He got it to go. Might be Norman Powell's night. He's going to have to carry the offense a lot so far here. They get it over to Hunter, up top to Merrill, who's checked in. We went over Merrill. He's an absolute sniper. They get it over to Mobley. Ware does a good job pushing him out to the 3-point line. Mobley's going to look to attack now. Now they get it over to Garland. Jab step, driving it down against Ware. Gets into the lane, kicks it back out to Mobley with Davion Mitchell on him. Mitchell bodying up, knocks the ball loose. Mobley able to recover all the way to the rim. Can't get the layup to go, but a foul on Powell Larson is going to send Mobley to the foul line for 2 free throws with 6 minutes to go. Halfway through this first quarter already. Nick Yak said, as a Knicks fan, a Knicks fan should be rooting for Miami. Cleveland will be a problem. I think both of these teams will be a problem. I think after that first game we saw the Knicks play Miami, obviously the Knicks have a lot to learn. That was earlier in the season. They're already a better team than they were before. But, fully healthy, this Miami team's also going to be a problem. Mobley knocks down the first one. I'm not looking past anybody this season. Everybody's a target. Whitewash said, do you watch football? Who's your favorite team, if so? I'm a very casual football fan. I would probably say my favorite team is the Tennessee Titans. A weird pick, I know, but still, I loved Eddie George growing up. As Mobley shoots up an airball free throw, I guess it grazed the rim as they're just going to keep playing it. Here comes Jaquez pushing it the other way. Hands it off to Norman Powell, coming to his right, putting his head down, attacking, throws it above glass. And Norman Powell, 2 straight buckets, 5 straight points, 6-point game. 16-10 so far here, under 6 minutes to go. Garland has it up top, quick crossover to his left, stops, pulls it back out, now coming to his right off a Mobley screen, driving it down in the mid-range, pump fakes, cross-court pass, Hunter wide open, left corner 3, Larson flying at him, Hunter can't get it to go, Jaquez, good box out and rebound, here comes Jaime Jaquez, home run pass over to Jovic, or is that Larson? Larson gets the layup, that's Jovic, excuse me, or is that Larson? That is Larson, jeez Louise, excuse me. Larson gets the layup to go, beautiful home run pass from Jaquez. Jaquez comes in, and the offense gets going. Garland has it up top, dancing with it against Larson, but they call an off-ball foul on the Heat here. So side out of bounds for Miami. Nixon in NYC said, I'm New York in all sports. Win or lose, I ride with my city. I mean, if I had to pick a New York team, it would be the Giants. It would be the Giants. But very casual football fan. I don't love the Giants. I don't root for the Giants every night, but I do like to see them play well. Anthony GNT said, the Magic are dangerous. Banchero is my favorite, not Nick. Oof, I'm not a Banchero fan at all. And I don't think the Magic are as dangerous as I think a lot of people want them to be. They get it up top. Jalen Tyson, who's been playing well so far this year, shoots up the straightaway 3, can't get it to go. Good box out and rebound from Khalil Ware, and Miami will bring it down here. They get it up top to Ware. Ware back to Davion Mitchell. They spring it over to Jaquez, putting his head down, spins in the lane, pump fakes, it's it over to Ware. Ware, the foul line floater, off the back rim, can't get it to go. Jaquez chases down the offensive rebound and gets the layup to go. Jaquez playing extremely well, coming off the bench and instant offense, instant defense as well, just instant energy, everything. Darius Garland has it up top. They get it over to Merrill, driving it down, out curling off a screen, out to Hunter, back to Garland, driving it down, middle of the lane, scoop layup, draws the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws, a foul on Nikola Jovic. He's going to send Garland to the foul line for 2 free throws with 4:45 to go. Just as Dad said, we know they partied in Miami the game versus the Heat last week. Yeah, that is definitely what I also believe. They definitely had a very good time down in Miami. So the next time they play Miami for the NBA Cup will be in the Garden. And then they also play Miami 2 days later again. That time will, I believe, be on the road in Miami again. That's a Terry Rozier, very inactive player. Yeah, he's a very, very inactive player. Garland knocked down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Isaiah Sherrod, what's up, Isaiah? Norman going for 25 tonight. Let's go, Heat. I mean, he's going to have to, for sure. I mean, he averages 23. I'd be surprised if he doesn't hit 20 tonight because he's the go-to offensive guy. Jovic driving it down off a nice drive and dish from, guess who? Jaime Jaquez. Leaves it off for Jovic, and Jovic gets fouled going to the basket. So Jovic will go to the foul line for 2 free throws here. As 2 Cleveland Cavaliers collided trying to contest Jovic at the rim. Jalen Tyson and Sam Merrill collided there. Whitewash said, Jaquez is a beast. You should do this for every Heat game. I'd watch every one of them. We do NBA games Monday through Saturday, Whitewash. I'm a Knicks fan, so I watch every single. I do this for every single Knicks game. And the Knicks are going to play Miami Heat in back-to-back games coming up this weekend. So you can definitely tune in for those. But again, we tune into NBA games on the nights where the Knicks don't play, Monday through Saturday. So we will be live every single night, Whitewash. Come hang out with us on the nights where Miami isn't playing. We still will also tune into other Miami games as well. Jovic split the free throws, unfortunately, for him. 18-15. It's a one-possession game here. Jared Allen has it up top. They get it out to Merrill. No hesitation 3. He can't get it to go. Good rebound from Jaquez. Jaquez has come into the game. Has been an absolute game changer here for the Heat. Davion Mitchell crosses over. Tries to sneak it down low to Fontecchio. Good steal from the Cavaliers. Donovan Mitchell bringing it down against Jovic, putting his head down, attacking, gets into the lane, kicks out to Lonzo Ball. He has it up top, pulls it back out to Merrill. Merrill up top, gets it over to Allen. Allen in the high post, left wing, hands it off to Merrill. Now it's bounce pass right inside to Jared Allen. Jaquez digs down, rips the ball right away from Jared Allen there. Now he's going to bring it down, put his head down, attack, kicks it out. Fontecchio spots it for a three, and he knocks it down. Oh my goodness, Jaime Jaquez. More than Norman Powell, more than anybody else right now, Jaime Jaquez. You may have to throw this man in the starting lineup, Spoelstra, or maybe keep him as a super sub. He may be a dark horse for 6th man of the year if he continues to play like this. 17, 7, and 5 off the bench so far this year, and I see no signs of him slowing down here tonight. It's very bittersweet for me to be a Jaime Jaquez fan because obviously as a Knicks fan, I'm not a Miami Heat fan, so I can't enjoy the Jaime Jaquez experience as much. So it's a little bittersweet for me in that regard, but also in the regard of he injured Julius Randle, and that effectively ended Julius Randle's Knicks career. I've always been a Jaime Jaquez fan coming out of the UCLA. I was very much rooting for my team to draft him, but he ended up in Miami. He's just been phenomenal, and I can't help but be happy for Jaime Jaquez playing well. Whitewash said, what's your prediction? Whew, that's a tough one. I do think Cleveland will eventually pull away. I think they're too good of a team. They're significantly healthier than, oh my goodness, Knicks and NYC. I'm going to get to it in a second. Appreciate you, buddy. I do think Cleveland is a better overall team than Miami, but they're also significantly healthier. No Bam and no Hero will hurt the Miami Heat long-term here tonight. But I do expect it to be a good game all the way through. My man Nixon NYC, appreciate you, brother. He said, Knicks, #1 seed and finals champ. Thank you for your generosity, Nixon. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Nick Yak said, our plane was delayed going to Miami for hours. Why our players were sluggish, not partying. They had no time for. Well, that's another reason. They definitely looked tired and sluggish. I didn't know about the plane thing, Nick Yak, so my assumption was like, well, they partied in Miami. Who doesn't party in Miami when you go down there? But they definitely looked sluggish in that game. It was earlier in the year. They're still trying to figure out the rotations and the offense and all of the things that we talked about with the Knicks all season long. Nick Yak said he's better than his rookie year by a lot too, Yak. Jaime Jaquez is better than his rookie year. He obviously went through the big, long sophomore slump. He talked about seeing a sports therapist and whatnot and clearing his head out, and he's been on fire. I mean, in the pregame, I talked about how he's like realized his full potential. This is his full NBA potential here. Maybe he could even get better, but we'll see. Milk Money TV, what's up, Milk Money? You'll be wrong. Miami is winning. I do expect it to be a good game, a close game. I don't expect Miami to get blown out by any means. But with Cleveland being healthier, I just got to go with the healthier team tonight. Justice Dad said, blame the Jets. Very true. Very true. Big games coming up on Friday for the Knicks against Miami. Big games. Isaiah Sherrod said he win by 7. It's going to be a close game. Definitely a possibility for sure. Sam Merrill launches another 3. He can't get it to go. Fight for the loose rebound. And, oh my goodness, Jared Allen throws it down as Jaquez hits the floor hard. He pops right back up. He's healthy. He's all right. Davion Mitchell gets it into Fontecchio, right wing. Backing down Lonzo Ball. He's got the size advantage. Cross-court pass. Norman Powell, deep left corner. In and out 3. Can't get it to go. Fighting for the rebound. Jalen Tyson pulls it down. Donovan Mitchell coming down. Over the ball. Over to Tyson. Tyson hands it off to Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell up top being picked up by Fontecchio. He's going to pull it back out. He's going to say, you can't stay in front of me. He's going to look to isolate here. Donovan Mitchell, they bring a double team, sidestep 3, puts it up quickly before the double team can get there, and he knocks it down, because that's what superstars do. Oof. 23-18, and the Heat immediately running it down as Mitchell hits Jovic middle of the lane. He Euro steps and knocks down a nice little floater in the paint. And the Cleveland Cavaliers, Kenny Atkinson jumps right up off the bench, calls that timeout, wants to talk a couple of things over. Vincent Benite, what's up, Vincent? Hoping the Heat win. I'm a big Miami Heat fan. I think it's going to be a good game. I don't see Miami getting blown out by any means, unless Miami gets super hot from the perimeter. But so far, the way the game is going tonight, Miami's gotten good open looks, and they just haven't knocked them down. Cleveland's got some decent looks from 3, and they haven't knocked those down either. Nixon said, hope Miami don't go MIA, for sure. For sure. Yak said, Jovic will kick in if he is playing. We went over Jovic in the pregame, Yak, and his stats very similar to what they were last year. He's solid, continues to be very solid. I believe he's 22. just hasn't taken the lead that I think a lot of people were expecting and also hoping he would take. But he obviously still has a lot more time to continue to develop. Maybe a little bit of a stagnation year for him before he pops later on. But we'll see. We'll see how this season goes. Averaging around 10 a game. Anthony GMT said, I'm not feeling these teams. I think I'll watch the Rangers now. See you Wednesday. Appreciate you, Anthony. I'll see you Wednesday, brother. Milt Money TV. What's up, Milt? Lakers losing to Charlotte, Detroit losing to Washington. Anything is possible. Anything is absolutely possible, Milt. You're right about that. You're right about that. Cleveland bringing it. Cleveland bringing it down. Donovan Mitchell has it on the left wing. Coming to his right. They get it over to Lonzo up top. They get it over to Merrill. He loses the handle on the ball. Fight for it. Knocked into the backcourt, and Lonzo's going to let it go out of bounds. It'll remain with the Cavs. They have 7 on their shot clock. 2:30 to go here in the first. Donovan Mitchell bringing it down. Good full court pressure. Mitchell, full head of steam, driving it down. Driving it into the paint. Leaves it off for Jared Allen. Kicks it out to Lonzo Ball. Right corner 3. Hits the side of the backboard. And a shot clock violation for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Donovan Mitchell probably should have just took that layup. Jared Allen probably should have took that layup instead of kicking it out to Lonzo for the 3. Just get the shot up. You know you're fighting the shot clock there. Just get the shot up. Drew Smith is in the game. Hit ahead to Jovic. Jovic bringing it down, putting his head down, attacking, kicks it out. Jaquez, a no hesitation left wing 3. Way off on that one. We went over him really struggling from the perimeter so far. Jaquez in the lane, kicks it out to nobody. Shoot that floater, Jaquez. Just shoot that floater. Vincent said they've been pretty good this year. The Dolphins been trash this year. They have been. They have been trash. And I think they're going to be trash for a while unless they can find another quarterback to take over for Tua. Donovan Mitchell bringing it down. 2 minutes to go. Mitchell up top, coming to his right, dancing with it against Fontecchio. Pump fakes, sprays it over to Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball has it up top, being guarded by Jaquez. Good ball denial from Fontecchio there. Lonzo's forced to keep it. Sidestep left wing 3 for Lonzo Ball. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Jalen Tyson with a nice tip in over Drew Smith. Got to box out, Drew. Got to box out. 25-20 here. Jaquez has it up top, coming to his right. Hits Fontecchio, cutting back door on Donovan Mitchell. Beautiful cut from Fontecchio. Great pass from Jaquez. Some beautiful movement and offense there from the Miami Heat as a whole. Mitchell, Euro stepping down the lane, kicks out to Lonzo Ball. He's going to set and fire again. They're going to continue to dare him to shoot, but that time he makes them pay, knocking down the straightaway 3 off the driving kick from Donovan Mitchell. 28-22. Miami looking to answer as Fontecchio knocks down a right corner 3 over Lonzo Ball, answers immediately with a 3 of his own. Is back to a 3-point game. Mitchell, hesitation move, driving it down. Euro steps in the lane, throws up the floater, gets a nice soft bounce as he gets it to go down on there. And now we're getting some fast-paced NBA action here. Jovic driving it down out to Fontecchio. He's going to fire another one. Heat check. Comes up short. Long rebound. Jared Allen grabs it. Hit ahead to Jalen Tyson. He's got a full head of steam. Driving it down. Now he's going to stop. Hit it over to the trailer. Sam Merrill, 1 dribble, pull up 3. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Drew Smith knocks it over to Fontecchio. Fontecchio almost throws it away, but Drew Smith grabs it. Drew Smith has it up top. They get it over to Jovic. No hesitation. He's going to walk into the 3. He can't get it to go. Jalen Tyson with the rebound. Here comes Donovan Mitchell pushing it the other way. 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Mitchell up top, coming to his left off the Jared Allen screen. A pull-up 3 for Donovan Mitchell. He can't get that one to go. Good box out and rebound from Nikola Jovic. Jovic bringing it down, pushing it the other way. He's going to put his head down, spray it around. Drew Smith is going to fire a right wing 3. Too strong, can't get it to go. Jared Allen comes in for the rebound. And Cleveland is going to hold it for the final shot of the quarter here. Donovan Mitchell has it up top. 15 seconds here on the clock for Donovan Mitchell to work with. He's got Andrew Wiggins on him. Mitchell crosses over to his left, rejecting the screen. Euro steps down the lane, leaves it off for Jared Allen. Gets blocked by Jaquez. Jaquez picks it up, hit ahead to Fontecchio. He's got enough time. Euro steps down the lane, gets stripped by Lonzo Ball out of bounds. It's going to stay with Miami, but 0.8 on the clock for the Heat to get a shot up here. Vincent said Tua is trash. He's got to go. Not wrong about that, my brother. Not wrong about that. Milton Money said awesome commentary very fast. Appreciate you, Milt. Appreciate you, man. I'm trying. Trying my best. Trying my best. I'll tell you that. Whitewash said Jaquez has really improved since last year so far. Last year was a true slump. Jovic, Mobley just lost track of him. Jovic pops out for a left wing 3 off the inbound. They had 0.8 on the clock, so all he had to do was play defense for 0.8 seconds. Cleveland did not do that. They fell asleep on it. Jovic got a wide open look out of the left wing, got it off before the buzzer, but couldn't get it to go down. So that will be our first quarter score right there, 30-25. Nice fast-paced action there. Both teams had some good looks from the perimeter that they didn't knock down. We'll see who knocks down their three-point shots as the game goes on, because that will likely predict the winner. Because both sides have good looks from the perimeter that they didn't knock down with consistency. So the first team to have some consistency from the perimeter will likely be the team that wins today. The Lakers came all the way back to tie it up against or take the lead against the Hornets, I should say. Pistons, 6-point lead over Washington. Maybe they're going to start to pull away here before they go into halftime. Maybe second half they'll pull away. It's usually what happens when you play against the Washington Wizards. Right? It's a close game in the first half, and then in the second half you pull away. Blazers Magic locked into a tight one. Milt Money with the subscription. Appreciate you, Milt, brother. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good time tonight. The late game, Spurs Bulls, and like I said, if this game ends up not being good, we could always switch over to Spurs Bulls as the game goes on. We are always at any given point on Wemby watch. Wemby's going off. At any point, we could switch over to Wemby. But as long as it continues to be a good, entertaining game, we're going to watch our game tonight. As the game just tipped off, there you go. We got Bucks Mavericks later tonight. The Bucks fell to 6-4 after their loss to the Houston Rockets the other night. We could also go through last night's. We can go through last night's box scores. Go around the league a little bit. Got Pelicans Suns later tonight. Timberwolves Jazz. Hawks Clippers. Some not very good games later on tonight. Not really missing anything as the night goes on. The best games are probably this Cavs Heat game. That is why we're doing it. That is why we're doing it. Just as Dad said, 3 for 15 and 4 for 15 from 3 is bad news for the over-bettors. Probably. Like I said, they had some pretty good looks from both sides. So the first team to find some consistency from the three-point range will obviously take the lead and is obviously going to be favored to win the game from that point on. Somebody's going to have to get hot at some point. Magic Blazers locked in a tight one. The Wizards-Pistons one is going to be interesting to watch as the game goes on, because obviously the Pistons sitting at 8-2 so far in the year. Hey Hazy, what's up, K Hazy? The Pistons sitting at 8-2 on the year, leading the Eastern Conference right now. The only team still remaining with 2 losses. They've had a little bit of an easy schedule so far to start the year, but I think everybody's had some easier games. Here we go. We're back into it. Start of the second quarter. They get it over to Craig Porter Jr. He's come into the game. Over to Donovan Mitchell for a 3. He can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Knocked out of bounds by the Heat. It'll remain with the Cavs. Dean Wade fighting for the rebound there. Where's our game cast? Here we go. Did I not have the game cast up previously? I apologize if I didn't. Here we go. Now we got the game cast up. Now we're ready to go. Properly situated. You guys can see who's on the court here. Well, let's follow along with the game cast. They throw the lob inside the Mobley, gets an easy two-handed slam. Just like that. Just like that. Miami bringing it down. Wiggins has it on the right wing, crosses over to his left. They kick it out to Drew Smith. Jaquez, bad spacing there, runs right around Drew Smith, bringing his defender over. They get it over to Fontecchio. He has it up top. He's going to have to isolate against Donovan Mitchell. One dribble pull of 3. Fontecchio, that is not his game. He misses it. Here comes Craig Porter Jr. pushing it the other way. Cross-court pass to Merrill, attacking the closeout. Kicks it back out to Craig Porter Jr. He pump fakes. They know he doesn't really want to shoot it. He steps back for a 3. Can't get it to go. Jaquez comes flying in for the rebound. He's pushing it the other way. Already a minute into the quarter. Jaquez crosses over, kicks it out. Andrew Wiggins, extra pass to Fontecchio, attacking the closeout. Back out to Jovic, a right wing 3. He's got space. Can't get it to go down now. Long rebound out to Fontecchio. He's going to fire it up out of the right corner, and he's going to knock it down. Fontecchio feeling himself right now from 3. Every time it touches his hand, he's looking to get the shot up. Here comes Craig Porter Jr. bringing it down. He has it on the right wing. Cross-court pass to Mitchell. He's going to pump fake, shovel it inside the Mobley. Mobley goes up for the layup. Can't get it to go. Jovic wrestling the rebound away, and he gets fouled by Mobley. One of the things plaguing Evan Mobley as his career has gone on is his physicality, especially in the paint. And oftentimes get pushed around or out-muscled in the paint. And it leads him to shooting up some bad layups. Leads to him losing a lot of the rebound battles. That situation was a prime example of it. Drew Smith has it up top, being guarded by Craig Porter. They get it over to Fontecchio, coming to his left, driving it down, splits the defense inside to Jaquez. Jaquez gets it knocked out of his hands. It's going to remain with the Heat as it goes out of bounds. Ben Thompson, what's up, Ben? Where's Hunter? On the bench. He should be coming back into the game at some point. You get it into Jaquez. Jaquez up top. being guarded by Evan Mobley. Jaquez coming to his left. They get it out to Jovic, putting his head down, attacking. Wild scoop layup, can't get it to go. Fight for the loose ball rebound. Craig Porter picks it up, 10 minutes to go. Craig Porter has it up top, being guarded by Smith. They throw it over the top to Mitchell. Mitchell on the left wing, being guarded by Wiggins. Wiggins having a good defensive year so far. Mitchell cross court after he jumped into the air. Gets tipped out of bounds by a Miami Heat player, so it'll remain with the Cavs here. 8 seconds to go in their shot clock. Just under 10. Ben Thompson, how's it going, Ben? How's it going? You need DeAndre Hunter in the game, Ben? You got a bet slip going on with him? Let me know. Milt Money said this ain't last year's Miami Heat Cleveland. No, it is not. No, it is not. Completely redefined offense. Spoelstra continues to prove he's one of the best head coaches, period, in the league. Jaquez does a good job converging on the rim and getting a block out of bounds on the nice cut from Dean Wade. He tried to go with the up and under. Jaquez comes over to protect the rim with a nice big old block. Jaquez has been all over the place so far here tonight. Listen, man, you want betting advice from me? I'm not a bettor. I'll tell you that right now. Mitchell, pump fakes, puts up the jumper, can't get it to go. Excellent defense from Andrew Wiggins there. You want an underrated bet from me? Jaime Jaquez, 6th man of the year. I think he's been absolutely fantastic, and he should get some consideration for it as the year goes on. Wiggins has it in the post against Donovan Mitchell, just using his size, turns and shoots a floater right over him, and he knocks it down. It's a 2-point game. 32-30, 9:20 to go. They get over to Merrill, no hesitation three. Too strong, can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Mobley had it, ripped out of his hands again. Jovic, a home run pass over to Wiggins. Wiggins over to Jaquez down the lane, takes the contact, gets the lefty layup to go. Jaime Jaquez Jr. continues to dominate here tonight. He's looking like a star out there against the Cleveland Cavaliers. They have no answer for Jaquez right now. He has been phenomenal. Kay Hazy said, Spoelstra completely revamped. Butler held them back. He may have held them back. Also, a trade in the middle of the year didn't allow Eric Spoelstra to reconfigure. Did we get a technical foul here? Fontecchio's at the foul line by himself as he misses the free throw. Brother, you can't be sent to the foul line off a technical and then miss the free throw. Now Jaquez will shoot his and one free throw here. So the Jimmy Butler trade happened in the middle of the season last year. So obviously Spoelstra couldn't change his offense on the fly, but went into the offseason, looked at his roster, and he said, okay, this is going to benefit us in the long run. This is how we're going to play. And boy, oh boy, is it benefiting them. Jaquez knocks down his and one free throw. At least he got it to go down. Come on, Fontecchio. You got to knock down your free throws. Vincent said Triple J a monster this year. Yeah, he's going to take the Triple J nickname away from Jaren Jackson Jr. We're just going to go ahead and swap it. Jaren Jackson Jr. has been very disappointing this year, so we're going to go ahead and swap it. Triple J no longer means Jaren Jackson Jr. Triple J now means Jaime Jaquez Jr. Mobley has it up top. Hands it off to Mitchell. Mitchell over the top pass to Mobley, slips to the rim. And a foul on Drew Smith as he tried to slide over and guard Mobley. Foul on the floor. Lay Marie Bowie? What's up, Lee? Lay? What's up, Lay? Let's go Heat. Another Heat fan. Appreciate you. A lot of Heat fans coming in tonight. And the Cleveland Cavaliers couldn't get the ball in bounds. Good now defense from Miami, forcing Cleveland to call the timeout there. Milt said hashtag Heat Nation. A lot of Heat fans in the chat tonight. Shout out to all the Heat fans. The Heat are fun to watch this year. The Heat made my ban list last year for a stretch there because they were just unwatchable. They were very unpleasant to watch. Offense was slow. Defense was average at best. Obviously, after the Jimmy Butler trade, the team felt a little barren there. I just wasn't a fan of watching Miami Heat basketball last year. They were one of the most boring teams in the league, in my opinion. This year, completely 180. One of the most fun teams to watch right now. I mean, they're getting up and down. The shots aren't necessarily falling for everybody for Miami so far, but when it is falling, boy, oh boy, is it fun to watch. Swertrace Monk? Swercheese? What's up, Swercheese Monk? What's up, Monk? 5-out offense, really the next NBA basketball system. I mean, five-out offense has been around for the longest time. Everyone's been running five-out offense. I think the thing that is the new NBA system is mostly prioritizing a lot of wheel movement. As the ball swings side to side, offenses are shifting and moving around the court the other way. I wish I had a graphic I could put up where I could draw over. Maybe that's the next thing we get. Or maybe I just get a whiteboard and I can draw on the whiteboard. But as the ball, so if you have the ball up top and I'm bringing it to the right side, all the players on the right side are going to slide down another position, and the guy in the corner is going to clear out to the other side, and we're going to have action on the other side. Guy clearing out to the middle of the court. We're going to have to set another screen. He's going to be popping up, so you could have possible guy popping up. That's basic movement in the NBA, but that is the NBA system right now. Pace, space. You know, the NBA is a little bit of a copycat league. A lot of teams are implementing what the Indiana Pacers have been utilizing the last couple of years, the last 2 seasons, that have made them really, really successful as an underrated team. Right? They made a conference finals 2 years ago. They obviously made the NBA finals last year. And so a lot of teams look, okay, well, what's making them successful? Because every year we go into the season, they're like, yeah, Indiana's cool, but they're not really a championship contending team. And then they made it to Game 7 of the NBA Finals last year. And maybe they win the championship if it wasn't for the Halliburton injury, right? And so every good coach looked at the Indiana Pacers and they were like, okay, we're going to steal some of their concepts. We're going to steal some of the things they do. We're going to steal some of the things the Thunder are capable of doing with their movement and their offense and whatnot. So it's not necessarily just 5 out, but it's about utilizing the players on your team in order to get constant movement so that it doesn't stagnate. Because we're getting away from the ISO ball that was popularized by guys like James Harden, by guys like even a LeBron, a KD, guys like that who are fantastic isolation scorers and playmakers with the ball in their hands, but not necessarily conducive for role players stepping up as well. Right? You're kind of beholden and reliant on your one guy to be awesome all the time. And unless you have the best player in the league, it means you're not going to have one of the best teams in the league. Craig Porter Jr., good pump fake and drive, gets a nice scoop lay with the right hand, good athletic move from him. Cleveland retakes a 1-point lead here. Both teams going back and forth now. 8:30 to go. Jaquez has it up top. Pass fake, picks up his handle, gets it out to Wiggins. Wiggins on the right wing. He's going to look to attack, spins to his left, loses the handle, but they call a foul on Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell looks to the bench for a challenge. Monk said, I'm like the Thunder and Heat next. Full court defense versus Heat 5-out offense. Yeah, full court defense is also the other thing that Indiana popularized that a lot of teams are also implementing. Yak said, Mitch plus 40 big boy centers could cook. We're going to get a challenge from Cleveland there. Not a lot of contact at all. Didn't look like a foul. We'll see what the refs call after this challenge timeout. Whitewash said, love you, Chevy. Appreciate you, Whitewash, man. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate all the support we're getting so far tonight. Vincent said, the Heat were bad last year. Yeah, they were pretty up and down. Robin is blaming Jimmy Butler. Not a bad guy to blame for how last year went for Miami. Yak said Mitch plus 40 big boy centers could work. Yeah, man. Mitch has constantly proved throughout his career that even in limited minutes, he's going to be impactful on the court. Always, forever and always. Impacted the game. Mitch's mantra, impact the game. Plus 40 in a game you played 16 and a half minutes is crazy. You guys didn't know, is the only time in NBA history a player's ever done that in 16 and a half minutes or less. Plus 40. 4-0. The Knicks outscored the Nets by 40 points in the 16 and a half minutes that Mitchell Robinson played last night. That's crazy. Crazy. Just get my boy Mitch to the playoffs healthy, right? That is the number one goal. That is the only thing. That is the only thing that matters this season for the Knicks is get everybody to the playoffs healthy, but obviously specifically Mitchell Robinson. I keep stepping on my shoelaces and untying them. Yeah. $33-34. We're going to get a challenge here by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Donovan Mitchell eagerly urges his coaching staff to challenge the foul that they called on him as Andrew Wiggins tried to spin off of him, ended up losing the ball out of bounds. Did not look like a foul, did not look like there was a ton of contact there, but we know the referees tend to err on the side of, no, I was right. There's a foul somewhere there. They're still looking at the monitor. We need time limits on challenges. If you can't come to a conclusion after 5 minutes, then you just say the call stands. You have to just come to a conclusion. You can't sit there for 10 minutes deciding, watching replay after replay after replay. Come on, man. It's that Ninja. What's up, Ninja? We need Mobley for 20 PRA. Mobley with 5, 5, and 1. I mean, he's averaging 20. It'd be a disappointing night with no Bam Adebayo if Mobley is incapable of getting 20 again here tonight, at least. But he's already with 11. Can he get to 20? Yeah, I think he can get to 20. Already with 11. DVR 50-50 said, imagine if Mitch could shoot, he'd be one of the best centers in the NBA, if that were possible. The call is overturned. Cavs retain one more challenge. And I do believe they're rewarded their timeout back. T Wizzy, what's up, T? I need Mitchell to score 20 points. Donovan Mitchell or Davion Mitchell? I assume Donovan Mitchell. He'll probably get to 20 points. He's going to get his shots up for sure. He's already 1 for 6 from 3. He's definitely already getting his shots up. He'll continue to shoot it tonight. He'll get to 20 at least. He's averaging 30 on the year. You get over to Merrill, curling off the screen. He puts up the 3, continues to misfire for Sam Merrill so far here tonight. Jovic comes flying in for the rebound. He's bringing it down now, being picked up by Mobley. Cross court over to Andrew Wiggins, but gets knocked out of bounds by Craig Porter. It will remain with the Heat. Nixon said Knicks have the top offensive rating in November. Yes, they do. They have the second offensive rating in the NBA overall. I believe the only team they're behind is Houston, but by fractions of a point at this point. They get into Drew Smith. Miami up top. Smith gets it over to Fontecchio. Coming off a screen, puts up the 3. He's been on fire all night long. Misfires badly on that one. And then Miami deflects the ball out of bounds. Cleveland will bring it down. Nixon said 131.1. We can look at NBA offensive and defensive rating so far and see where the league kind of has lined up so far. Lonzo Ball down the lane. That kicks it out to Dean Wade, right corner 3, and he knocks it down. He's been misfiring all year, but we know he's capable. He knocked that one down. Jaquez has it on the right wing. Jab step, driving to his left. Down the lane, leans in, kicks it out to Wiggins. Wiggins catches, pump fakes, back inside to Jaquez, who snuck back in bounds, and he lays it up and in. Jaquez not resting on his laurels. He collapsed the defense, kicked it out, and then snuck right back into the paint and got the nice layup for it. Hunter is back in the game, gets it into Mobley in the post against Jovic. Knocks it out of his hands, but he recovers it back out to Hunter. Hunter down the lane, throws up the foul line floater. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Fontecchio skying for the rebound. Quick outlet to Jovic. Jovic pushing it down. Stops, turns, pivots, spins, kicks it out to Drew Smith. Trying to split the defense. Pump fake, leans in. Trying to draw the foul, can't. And we're going to get a tie-up between Wiggins, Jaquez, and Craig Porter Jr. I wonder who's going to jump it up here. Either way, Miami's going to have the advantage in terms of height. T. Wizzy said, Donovan Mitchell, I'm good, and you? It's 3:30 a.m. my time. Ooh, brother, you're up late, T. Wizzy. I'm pretty good, brother. I'm pretty good. We're watching some good basketball here tonight. I'm happy about that. With all the injuries that Miami had, I was a little worried maybe Cleveland was going to come in here and run them out of the gym, but I'm happy to see Miami is competing extremely, extremely well so far here tonight. 37-35 with 7 minutes to go. Jaquez versus Craig Porter Jr. Miami wins the tip. Jaquez has it on the right wing, being guarded by Craig Porter Jr. Jaquez spins off of Porter Jr., driving it down, stops, leans in, kicks it out. Drew Smith catches, pump fake, flyby defense from Alonzo Ball. He's wide open, and he knocks down the 3. Oof. 37-38, back up by 1 for Miami. Both of these teams going back and forth. Get it out to Dean Wade, jab step, driving it down. Inside to Jared Allen, puts up the layup, can't get it to go, but a blocking foul on Drew Smith. If you're Drew Smith, you got to take that bump and fall down on the floor and flop for that. Flop for that charge, Drew Smith. You can't just take the bump and then backpedal. You got to take that bump, set your feet, plant them, and then when he hits you, fall over. Nixon said, Houston's 121.7, the New York's 121.6. See? Separated by 0.1 of a point there. A fraction of a percentage there. They're essentially the best offense in the league right now, tied with Houston. It's going to be like that all year long. Once you get towards the top there, most teams are separated by fractions of a point. Pinecone Bliss, what's up, Pinecone? Happy to see you again. Love your Miami garb. I don't know if this is Miami garb, but appreciate you. Appreciate you. I try to dress to the theme a little bit depending on the teams we're watching. Jared Allen knocked down the free throw. Did he knock down both? He knocked down both free throws. 6:30 to go here, approaching the halfway point. Jaquez driving it down, loses the handle, picks it back up. Got no dribble remaining. Hands it off to Davion Mitchell, who's checked back in. One-on-one against Hunter. Stops, turns, crosses over, leaves it off for Jaquez. Jaquez in the right corner. Picked up by Craig Porter. He's going to put him in the post, back him down, spins along the baseline. Mobley was waiting for him. Jared Allen was waiting for him, Knocks it away and picks up the steal. Here comes Darius Garland, who's checked back in, driving it down in the lane, puts up the floater, fading away, can't get it to go. Good box out, but they can't grab the rebound from Miami. Lonzo up top, leaves it off for Hunter. Mid-range jumpers, he was wide open, and he rattles it in. And a timeout for Miami. Cleveland up by 3 over Miami, 41-38. Under 6 minutes to go. We're just past the halfway point here in the second quarter of the first half. Milk Money TV said this team is not built off a superstar. Don't matter who's out. I mean, that's great for competing in the regular season and whatnot, but when the teams with the superstars decide, when the superstars on those teams decide, you know what, I'm just going to take this game over, that's when you need superstars. Right? Now, in the regular season, you can get away with not having your superstar out there. And I would say Bam is a borderline. The way he's played so far this year, the borderline superstar for sure. We'll see what Hero looks like when he comes back at some point this year. But the superstar of the Miami Heat has always been Eric Spoelstra since he's taken over. And as long as Eric Spoelstra is out there making the game plan, I got belief that Miami can beat anybody. Whitewash said, how do you feel about Khalil Ware? I really like Khalil Ware. I liked him coming out of the draft. How do I want to phrase this? You know, the question with Khalil Ware was always about his overall motor and how that was going to carry out into an 82-game NBA season of professionals around him. Like, is he going to thrive in that and then recognize what it takes in order to be great? Or is he going to crumble under the pressure as so many guys who have had that same question about them have in the past? Davion Mitchell, low fall-away jumper in the paint. He got it to go over Garland. Good move from him. And so far, he's kind of hovering around. He's good. He's solid. I'd like to see him be a little bit more aggressive. Maybe that comes with age and maturity and adding on a little bit of weight as he goes. But Darius Garland hit the front of the rim. They got a nice friendly bounce off of his mid-range pull-up jumper off the pick and roll with Allen. He got it to go. Trading some mid-range jumpers there. Jaquez driving it down, throws up the floater, can't get it to go. Khalil Ware battling on the offensive glass. He can't get the little tip to go. And then Jaquez fouls Dean Wade, going for the loose ball rebound. Ball is going to go back to Cleveland here. Miami's going to pick up their third foul of the quarter. Milk Money said, Detroit is selling? Oh, brother. When we get to halftime, we're going to go over the box scores all around the league. And we're going to check last night's box scores as well. But the next full timeout, we'll go around the league and see where those teams stand. Lonzo Ball off the handoff, kicks it out to Garland, catches, pump fakes, driving to his right, loses his balance, steps back up, pulling it back out, coming to his right, dancing with it now as Jovic switches onto him. He's got nowhere to go, going east to west, pulls up for the three. Didn't matter, because that's what stars do. Offense was bad, stumbling and bubbling. You know what, let me just rhythm dribble and pull up from three, and he knocks it down. Mitchell has it. They get it over to Powell in the left corner. He's going to pump fake, draws the foul on Lonzo Ball, puts up the jumper. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Just under 5 minutes to go here. Just as that said, Wemby has 9 and 5 minutes. We're going to have to look at it. I might have to go with the double screen tonight. Watch both games. I'll call them both out. Might be a both game kind of night. Norman Powell's at the foul line for 2 free throws. Rattles it in. They don't really have anybody to guard Wemby down there in Chicago. I mean, they got old man Booch. He's having a good start to the year, but you know he's an old man. Doesn't really move laterally to guard him out there, and they don't really have too many other options. Got like Patrick Williams, not a good option. Norman Powell knocked down both of his free throws. 4-point game, 46-42. Good pressure in the backcourt by Davion Mitchell to Garland. Garland now switched onto by Jovic. Dancing with it. Garland crosses over to his left, inside to Jared Allen. Reverse layup, can't get it to go, but gets his own offensive rebound and put back. Jovic up top to Powell, coming to his right, behind the back. Cross court in the corner to Davion Mitchell. Swings through to his right, down the lane, throws a lob up top to Kel'el Ware. Nice two-handed slam. Nice pass from Davion Mitchell. Offense looking good for Miami. They're still hanging around. Lonzo Ball steps back, coming to his left, steps back for a three. Now Rappel Larson got caught behind the screen. Kel'el Ware, good box out and rebound over Jared Allen there. Here comes Jovic pushing it down right side of the court. Up top to Kel'el Ware. He's going to catch it on the run, down the lane. Slides right past Lonzo Ball to avoid the charge. He gets the layup to go. See, that's the smoothness from Kel'el Ware that just entices you over and over again. Where you're like, brother, just obviously you're not going to do that every time, but like you need to be involved in the offense. Jared Allen down the lane, scoop layup with the right hand, can't get it to go. Good defense from Kel'el Ware there. Now he's making his presence felt. Now he's hustling down the court. He wants that ball. Cross court over to Davion Mitchell, driving it down in the lane. Kicks it back out to Larson. Extra pass. Norman Powell catches, pump fake, sidestep three, splashes it nothing but net for Norman Powell. And here come the Miami Heat. We get a full timeout from the Cleveland Cavaliers as the Heat have taken a 1-point lead yet again. Oof. Defense leading the offense. You force a miss. Kel'el Ware playing excellently in that sequence there. Even running the court forced the defense to collapse. And swinging it over to Davion Mitchell allowed them to get into the paint and allowed Miami to get a swing over to an open Norman Powell, their best perimeter shooter, with Tyler Hero out. Bo, what's up, Bo? You're not going to get me to say the last name, brother. Feels like a tryout game to be ready for a playoff matchup with the Magic. Brother, the Magic are going to have to be a little bit better for how much you talk about them, my man. Pinecone Bliss, appreciate you. Milk Money TV said Lakers are pulling away like they're supposed to. Okay, we're gonna we can go around it real quick right now. Actually, let me do this so we can keep that available there. We'll go over to the scores, and yeah, Lakers now up by 17. Luka with 26 and 6. Wizards Pistons still locked in a close one. They just started their second half there, so not too much to go over. Although they're outscoring them 8-2 so far, start of the third quarter. We'll see how that continues to play itself out. Magic up by 4 in the Blazers, still a close one. Spurs up by 8 against the Bulls. The Bulls started off 5-0. They can go 1-4 in their next games, right? Your NBA schedule hits you fast, man. It hit you fast. Those are the only games that have started so far. Here we go. We're back in. 3:20 to go here. DeAndre Hunter over the top pass to Evan Mobley, who gets fouled by Norman Powell, who went for the steal. He almost got it, but ended up fouling Evan Mobley going to the rim. Foul on the floor. It's going to be shot out of bounds. Robinson, you can see once Hero and Bam are back, it's going to be crazy. Yeah, it might be with this new offensive system. I mean, having Tyler Hero out there compromises your defense pretty heavily. But the offense may be so good that you'll be able to overcome that. Oh, forgot to go back to our previous screen. Here we go. A little over 3 minutes to go here. Miami with a 1-point lead. Mobley's at the foul line because they're in the bonus. Mobley gets the 2 free throws, and he misses a free throw. You can't be missing free throws if you want to win basketball games in the NBA. Free throws are far too important. Evan Mobley missed the first one. He misses the second one. Fight for the loose ball, rebound out of bounds off of Tyson. It'll go back to the Heat there. Can't just give away free points there. You're Isaiah Mobley. Ooh, his brother. You're Evan Mobley. Davion Mitchell has it up top. Sprays it over to Pell Larson, driving it down, has it in the paint. Pump fake, kicks it out to Jovic. Jovic driving to his right, stops, turns, driving it down, trying to draw the foul. Knocked out of bounds. You're going to say out of bounds off of Jovic. Ball's going to go back to the Cavs here. Donovan Mitchell's back in. They get it over to Garland. Garland quickly attacking Larson off the bounce. Euro steps inside the Mobley. Mobley tries to kick it back out. Norman Powell with the steal, and they're off and running. Powell, full head of steam, coming down the middle of the lane, leaves it off for Larson, and he gets an easy layup out of it. Nice unselfish play from Norman Powell there. Gives Miami, I believe, their largest lead of the game of 3. 51-48. It's been a close game all game long. Cleveland held a 10-point lead very early, 15-5, and since then it's been very tight. Garland misses the pull-up straightaway 3. Not good offense there. No pass possession. You know I don't like those. They get it over to Cavaliers. They swing it around. Powell, left corner 3. Can't get it to go, but he is fouled by Darius Garland. Ooh. And Miami continues to roll. Norman Powell going to the foul line could put them up by 6 here. Pine Columbus said, yep, agree, Tyler's presence compromises the Heat defense. Yeah, not a good defender at all. But again, the offense could be so good it might make up for it. It might. We're just going to have to see it. Whitewash said, it also improves their offense, but Norman Powell's looking good. Yep. One way you can overcome a not very good defense is by having an incredible offense. And without Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero, Miami already has an incredible offense. So adding those two guys should just make it even better. Powell knocked down the first one. He knocks down the second one. Oh, I gave 1 point to the wrong side. Excuse me. It is 48 for Cleveland, 53 for Miami, with Powell at the line for one more off of getting fouled from 3. Norman Powell knocks down all 3 free throws. Perfect free throws, by the way. I don't think a single one of them touched the rim. Garland bringing it down now against Larson, applying some full court pressure there. 2:15 to go. Garland up top, coming to his right. Jovic switches onto him. Quick crossover back to his right, driving it down along the baseline, and gets pushed out of bounds by Jovic. Garland sold it well. He did sell it well. Tetsu Spam. Not a good day for Donovan tonight. Some games his field goal percentage is atrocious. Some games he's forcing it. He's taken some bad pull-up 3s so far tonight. Oh, and he grabs the left foot. Darius Garland. That's not what you want to see if you're a Cleveland fan. Garland is at the foul line for 2 free throws. Miami's in the bonus. Both teams in the bonus now. Cleveland's in the bonus, excuse me. Both teams in the bonus, so it doesn't matter. Garland's at the foul line for 2 free throws. Rattles in the first one. Got one more coming. Andrew Wiggins subs back in. Larson to the bench. Garland knocks down both. 2 minutes to go here. Miami bringing it down. Norman Powell has it on the right wing. Gets fouled by Jalen Tyson, reaching in too much. Norman Powell's really good at extending the arms and just showing the official like he's smacking me on the arms. I think he's the best in the league right now at doing that. It used to be Harden. Harden was obviously incredible at the swing through. But Norman Powell, I've been very impressed so far this season with his ability to show the refs he's slapping my arms, refs. It's going to send him to the foul line for two free points here. The foul line for 2. Knocks down the first one. Free throws continue to not touch the net. Milk Money said 1-9 Washington beating the number 1 seed in the East. Maybe the number 1 seed in the East is not as good as maybe we thought. Powell knocks down both free throws. Garland bringing it down the other way, picked up by Wiggins. Coming to his left off a Mobley screen. They get it over to Mobley up top. Mobley hands it off to Tyson, driving it down. Norman Powell hit the floor. They get it under the basket to Mitchell, who dribbles it back out. Has it on the right wing, out by the three-point line. Sidestep, step back 3 from Mitchell. Not a good shot. Can't get it to go. Cavaliers skies for a rebound. Good rebound from him. Here comes Davion Mitchell bringing it down. Again, forcing some three-point shots for Donovan Mitchell. You don't have to shoot the 3, brother. They get it out to Davion Mitchell for a straightaway 3. He's open, and he makes them pay. Don't help off of me. I can knock down that 3, and a 9-point lead is opened up for Miami. Donovan Mitchell up top being guarded by Davion Mitchell. Mitchell on Mitchell action. They get it over to Garland. Garland being guarded by Wiggins. Now they get it over to Hunter, who's checked back in, being guarded by Powell. DeAndre Hunter coming to his left off a Mobley screen. Stops, steps back between the legs. Khalil Ware switches onto him. DeAndre Hunter trying to go one-on-one. They kick it in the corner. Over to Tyson. Tyson gets the airspace closed by Powell. Powell knocks it out of his hands. Tyson picks back up, kicks it out to Garland. A 30-foot heave from Garland, doesn't get it off in time, and a shot clock violation as the defense has now picked up for Miami, and the offense is getting very clunky for Cleveland right now. Miami putting the pressure on Cleveland. Love to see it. Love to see it for sure. If you were to ask me who has been the better Mitchell so far tonight, it's been Davion Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell has been very quiet. Davion Mitchell has it up top, quick crossover, sidestep, mid-range pull-up jumper. Can't get it to go. That would have been poetic for me to wax poetic about Davion Mitchell to hit a sidestep mid-range jumper. But here comes Donovan Mitchell. He's looking to answer. You heard me talking. What do you have for me, Donovan Mitchell? Driving down the lane, leans in, throws it up at the rim, can't get it to go, flopping around looking for the foul call. He doesn't get it. Here comes Davion Mitchell, shot out of a cannon, driving it down, kicks it out in the corner to Wiggins. He sets his feet, he fires from three, and he knocks it down. Nothing but net for Andrew Wiggins as the Heat take a double-digit lead up by 12 here, 62-50. Approaching the halfway point, approaching halftime here, 20 seconds to go. Donovan Mitchell up top, splits the double team, driving it down the lane, kicks it in the corner to Merrill, catches, driving the closeout in the middle of the lane, kicks it out to Jalen Tyson, left wing three. They're going to dare him to shoot, and he's going to make him pay, knocking down the three there, getting those 3 points right back. Andrew Wiggins is going to bring it down. He's going to hold it for the final shot of the quarter. They get it up top to Powell. 5 seconds to go in the game clock. He's got to go. You got to go one-on-one against Jalen Tyson. Sidestep, pump fake, leans in, puts it up at the buzzer, off the back of the rim, can't get it to go. And so our halftime score is going to be 62-53. And a very entertaining first half of basketball here of the Cleveland Cavaliers taking on Miami in Miami. No Bam Adebayo, no Tyler Hero, and Miami still taking it right to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Jaime Jaquez, Davion Mitchell, Khalil Ware, Norman Powell, all playing pretty damn well so far here tonight. Let's go through the box score. Let's not waste a ton of time here. As a matter of fact, let's do this. Let's go through the box score here. We're going to go through the box score of other games around the league as well. Let's also zoom it in so you guys can see it better. There we go. Beautiful. DeAndre Hunter only 7 points. Jared Allen with 12. Donovan Mitchell with only 7 points. He is 3 for 11 from the field, 1 for 7 from three-point range. This is the thing kicking the butt of the Cleveland Cavaliers here tonight. You can't have your best player going 1 for 7 from three, but you also can't have your best player settling for 7 3-point shots in the first half. What are you doing, Donovan? He's gone downhill multiple times. He's just not taking the floater, not taking the shot at the basket, attacking the big. He's constantly kicking it out, trying to trust his team. But you look at the bench, Dean Wade's hit 1 3. Lonzo's hit 1 3. Jalen Tyson's hit 1 3. Sam Merrill's yet to hit a shot in his 12 minutes. He played the most minutes off the bench, and he's 0 for 5 from the field, all of them being 3-point shots. If you're going to be this poor from the perimeter, maybe get downhill and take some twos. Now, they're all pretty decent looks, but they're not great looks. I wouldn't say they've gotten great looks from three. They've gotten decent looks from three. 6 for 26 from three-point range for the Cleveland Cavaliers as opposed to the Miami Heat, who are 9 for 24 from three-point range. So they've taken less threes. They've taken 2 less threes, but they've made 3 more. Oh, what's up? Oh, is LeBron still on vacation? He should be back from that sciatica injury at some point. I believe he's been cleared for basketball activities. So there's that. Darius Garland with 9 and 4 rebounds and 1 assist for him. That's not a good stat. Evan Mobley with only 5 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist for him. Stats down across the board for all of the starters, for all of the star power that we went over in the pregame. Jared Allen is really the only guy who's doing well, right? Mobley has been mostly invisible tonight with only 5 points. He's averaging 20 on the year. Donovan Mitchell has been misfiring, shot after shot after shot, settling for a lot of perimeter jumpers and 3-point shooting so far. 7 points for him. Garland with 9 in his 3rd game back from injury. He's knocked down 1 3, but he's 2 for 6 overall. A lot of them coming from the foul line. And outside of that, they're not getting a ton of contributions off the bench. We go over to the Miami Heat, and they're getting contributions from pretty much everybody. Norman Powell up to 18 first-half points. Ooh, boy, oh boy, did he do it efficiently. 4 for 8 from the field, 3 for 6 from three-point range. Knocking down all 7 of his free throw attempts as well. Andrew Wiggins chipped in 7. Kel'el Ware chipped in 4, but he also had 9 big old rebounds. He was rebounding the hell out of the ball, battling the double bigs down there all by himself with no Bam Adebayo. Said, screw it, I'll go down there and rebound the heck out of the ball. Davion Mitchell started to knock down some shots, 5 points, but also 4 assists for Davion Mitchell, doing his part. Pell Larson with 4 points in his 11 minutes, but also a rebound and 2 assists. Again, contributing in other ways. Simone Fontecchio off the bench with 11 big points. Jaime Jaquez with 7 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. My man was everywhere with a steal and 2 blocks. Again, he was absolutely everywhere in that first half. He was fantastic. You even go to Nikola Jokic. He only has the 3 points, but he's got 7 big old rebounds and 3 assists. He's moving the ball well. He's rebounding. He's trying to impact the game in other areas outside of scoring because he's only 1 for 5 so far here tonight and 0 for 3 from three-point range. He's gotten some decent looks, didn't knock him down. He said, screw it. I'll impact the game in other ways. And this is what you got to do if you're the Cleveland Cavaliers. Right now, they're trying to rely on their talent to win the game out here tonight. Maybe look down on Miami a little bit with no Bam and no Hero out there. But Miami said, you must have not have seen us play this year because even down those guys, our system is set up for success, for everybody to have success. And so far, they're taking it right to the Cavs. We'll see how they respond. And a 9-point lead at halftime is really nothing. Not that big of a lead, but to take that lead when they hadn't led by more than 4 all night long, right before half, is a big step for Miami, and we'll see what they can do in the second half as well. Now, if we go around the league overall, the Lakers have taken the 15-point lead over the Hornets as they go into the fourth quarter now. Luka is up to 31-6. He's having a Luka Doncic-esque game, as usual. The Wizards have taken a 7-point lead over the Pistons. Do we have to check this box score out right now? Interesting. McCollum has 25 points. It's one of those nights where C.J. McCollum is going off. He's got 25 points. He's 3 for 5 from 3, 9 for 14 overall. It's one of those nights from C.J. McCollum. Alex Sarr continues his improved play. 7 for 12 from the field. He did knock down a 3, 15 points from him, 11 rebounds, 2 assists. Playing very well, Alex Sarr. I like to see Alex Sarr doing well. I like them coming out of the draft. Kaishan George has slowed down after his incredibly hot start. They're now up by 9. Look at this score. Ooh, look at this score, y'all. Hold on, Detroit. I dare you to lose to Washington here tonight. I dare you. There's still 12 minutes of basketball there, but I dare you to lose to Washington tonight, Detroit. It would be hilarious. Kaishan George, only 7 points. He did get off to an extremely hot start, but starting to cool off a little bit now. Chris Middleton with 6 points in his 20 minutes. Chris Middleton is absolutely washed at this point. You know, obviously he's gotten older in his career, but it's also all the injury accumulation for him. Shout out to Chris Middleton. Fantastic career from him. Gets to whittle it down now as the veteran on a tanking team. Got to coach up these young guys. You get over to the bench. 10 from Cam Whitmore off the bench. Bub Carrington with 9 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Bub Carrington getting back to doing Bub Carrington things. This is why we all fell in love with Bub Carrington last year. Getting back to it. Is this his first good game of the season? I know he's been struggling. Kisper, 3 points. Okay, he knocked down a 3, I assume. Marvin Bagley, 9. Where's the rookie? Oh, Trey Johnson's been elevated to the starting lineup. 10 points from him. 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Doing a little bit of everything for Trey Johnson, the rookie, now starting. Nice. Hey, Hazy said, Kaishan selling on my fantasy team, shaking my head. It was a little unsustainable the way he was playing, unless he really was developing into a star, but... David Osh Jr. said, Detroit loses Knicks first seed? Especially if Cleveland also loses tonight, right? We'll go through the standings as well. But this is an interesting game so far here tonight. Let's go back. What else do we have going on tonight? Blazers, Magic. Magic starting to pull away a little bit. They're going to wind down the third quarter there. They're up by 8 now against the Blazers. Magic should win that game. They are 4-6 on the season, so obviously not the season they've been hoping for. Vincent Benite, what's up, Vincent? I'm surprised they're not playing the rookie PG they got in the draft this year. Who's that, Vincent? Who are we talking about? Which rookie PG? But the Magic starting to pull away here as they wind down that third quarter. We're here with the Cavs Heat at halftime. Spurs Bulls now in a close game. We can check out the box score to see what Wemby's going on. What's going on with Wemby? Still stuck on the 9 points. So he scored 9 points very quickly in the game. Still stuck on the 9. Aaron Fox is back. He's with 9. Vassell with 2. Stephon Castle continues his good play with 8 points and 4 assists there. Off the bench. Why are we playing so many players off the bench? San Antonio? What is going on here? What is going on here? Don't know about that. Don't know about that substitution pattern. Is there any foul trouble issues? No. I do see Julian Champagnie picked up 3 early turnovers in his 9 minutes. Maybe that, but he also has played the most amount of minutes off the bench. Weird rotation pattern here for San Antonio. They played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys off the bench. That's a 13-man rotation. Right? 7 guys off the bench, that's 12. 1, 2, 3, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's a 12-man rotation. What are you doing playing a 12-man rotation, San Antonio? What's going on there? Somebody get hurt? They had to bring somebody else in? David Osh Jr. said 20 games in, we'll see who are the pretenders. Speaking of the pretenders, let's go through the standings. We can see where each team is standing currently, right? So here in the Eastern Conference, Miami's sitting at 6-4. Move my mouse. Miami's sitting at 6-4. Playing a good game against the Cleveland Cavaliers, sitting at 7-3. Yeah, so even if Detroit loses, they're still 8-3. They're still actually the number 1 seed. Right? The Knicks had the 3 days off in between their games, so they're sitting a lot lower in the standings because they played less games. Got to play some games. But Chicago's sitting at 6-4. This would be a big win for them to jump up to 7-4. Milwaukee dropped down to 6-4, losing the Houston the other night. Chicago's sitting at 6-3 after their hot start. They've fallen back down the standings. Got Boston all the way down here at 5-6. Don't want Boston to miss the playoffs. I really, really, really don't want Indiana to be this bad. I don't want Indiana to have a high draft pick. I don't want to see Indiana in the lottery. I don't want to see it. Get Indiana out of here. Indiana got to start winning some basketball games. They got to jump Charlotte. I don't think they got to jump Brooklyn. Brooklyn is going to be worse. Charlotte, maybe they'll be worse, but Magic said, damn, yeah, they're sitting at 4-6. They're the 11th seed right now. Like, flatly 11th as well. They're down there with Charlotte. Imagine being a team with championship aspirations this year, like the Orlando Magic had, and only winning 4 games, 10 games into the year, being 4-6. That's rough. That's rough. Go down to the Western Conference. Oklahoma City, sitting high and proud at 10-1. San Antonio 7-2, the surprise team so far this year in the West. Denver is 7-2. Of course, the Lakers surprisingly at 7-3. Houston at 6-3. We knew they were going to be good. Minnesota sitting at 6-4, and then you get to like some middling teams here with the Blazers, Warriors, Suns, and Grizzlies. Team down here that might make a jump as the season goes on. Maybe Dallas. Maybe Dallas can pull some stuff together to get Anthony Davis back, but they just looked, even when he was healthy, they just looked like a mess anyway. Vincent said, Kasper Jakubonis, I'm surprised they're not playing him. Oh, you're talking about the Heat, Vincent. I see. Yeah, it's a little surprising they're not playing Kasper Jakubonis. I do know he was out with an injury for a while, so maybe Eric Spoelstra is just happy with his rotations right now, but it is true. I'm surprised he's not playing over Drew Smith. Maybe he's just rewarding Drew Smith for his good play so far this season. Who knows? But they did start the year not playing Khalil Ware as part of the rotation last year, so maybe having a similar approach with Kasper Jakubonis so far, because he was impressive in Summer League. He was impressive in the preseason. So Isaiah said he's injured. He's still injured? I know he started the year injured, but I didn't realize he was still injured. He's not on the injury report. Full injury report, maybe you check? Not on the ESPN injury report, at least. Let's check the full one. If we go down to, who is this? Miami Heat. He's not on the full injury report. He might be healthy now, Isaiah. I know he was injured to start the year, but he might be healthy now. David Osh Jr. said, Wizards win. We need that lottery pick for Kian. I don't know if Kian's going to be in the lottery, brother. Maybe he will. Maybe he will, but I don't know if he's going to be in the lottery, David. Might be a mid-first round pick if he is a pick. A lot of really good players in the draft this year. I don't think he's going to be a lottery pick, but we'll see. I mean, he started off his college career playing very well, so. We could also go over last night's box scores as well, Sunday nights. We watched Knicks Nets. Celtics did beat the Magic. They continued to play well, and the Magic continued to disappoint. Rockets did beat the Bucks. We went over that. Thunder beat the Grizzlies, of course. Grizzlies continue to be bad. The next opponent for the Knicks, they play the Grizzlies tomorrow, so the Grizzlies continue to be bad. Who do we have to look forward to? Santi Aldama led them in scoring with 12. So that's, one thing to look at. I don't know if he led them in scoring, but he had 12. Yeah, he didn't lead them in scoring, but he was the player to watch, according to ESPN. But Jaren Jackson Jr. was 17. John Morant with only 11 and 8 assists with 3 turnovers, 3 for 18 from the field. Jeez, man. Santi Aldama in his 30 minutes had 12 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. That's why he was the player to watch in that game. Yeah, Cam Spencer got 20 minutes. Cedric Coward, 29 minutes, 13 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. I like Cedric Coward a lot, but John Morant's not going to be the guy. Boy, oh boy, is it going to be tough. Boy, oh boy, is it going to be tough. The Pistons did come back and beat the 76ers. 76ers had that game in the hand. And again, Sixers started the year 5-0. They've now dropped to 6-4. 1-4 in the last 5 games after starting 5-0. So, we went over the Sixers schedule. They had pretty much of a cupcake schedule to start the year. Some very, very easy teams to start the year. They took advantage of it. They got off to a hot start, but now they've dropped all the way back down to 6-4, which is a lot closer to what my expectation was for the Sixers this year, hovering around a 500 team. Pacers got dominated by the Warriors, continue to be a disaster with all the injuries that they suffered, and obviously no Halliburton. Timberwolves dominating the Kings. Yeah, they needed a bounce-back victory after they got dominated by the Knicks. To be expected. Isaiah said, yeah, maybe he'll play as the season goes on. Yeah, I mean, Miami does a really good job of bringing players along slowly and not forcing them out there. But here we go already. Immediately jumping right back into the second half here. Got the game cast going. Get this going. Get it into Mobley. Inside to Allen. He gets a nice reverse dunk to start the second half here. Start the third quarter. Let's get our timer going. There we go. And Cleveland comes out with an easy two-handed slam. 62-55, a 7-point game, and we're off and running. Davion Mitchell has it up top, and they call an off-ball foul on DeAndre Hunter trying to guard Norman Powell. Already one picked up foul for Cleveland. He said Pacers will be better with Mather and McConnell. True. I'm hoping they're not like one of the worst teams in the league, so they don't get a high lottery pick. They get it into Mitchell. They get it over to Wiggins. He's going to pump fake, drive it down, back out to Davion Mitchell. He's going to pump fake, attack in the middle of the lane, bump Euro, throws up the floater, got it to go, get the 2 points right back. Keep the team in arm's distance away. Darius Garland has it up top. Get it to Mobley, high post, right wing, being guarded by Wiggins, jab step, driving it down, back out to Garland. He's going to pump fake, half spin, hands it off to DeAndre Hunter, off the handoff, fires the 3, knocks it down, nothing but net for DeAndre Hunter. We talked about him being good as a catch-and-shoot player, not necessarily great as a movement shooter. Off the catch-and-shoot there, nothing but net for him. Hell Larson driving it down. Inside to Khalil Ware, throws up the floater, got it to go. Nice relocation from Khalil Ware to make himself available, and nice finish with a nice soft floater. Donovan Mitchell driving it down, goes up for the layup, can't get it to go, and a goaltend on Miami. Going to give 2 points to Donovan Mitchell. Something we didn't see a whole lot of Donovan Mitchell was attacking the basket and looking to finish. So a lot of tagging the basket and looking for the kick out. Maybe he's going to change his mentality here in the second half to look to be more aggressive to score at the basket. JJ Henzik, what's up, JJ? Just subscribe to your channel. Bro, go Heat. Appreciate you, JJ. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for that. Thank you for the support. If you guys are in here watching and you're enjoying the content, go ahead, hit the like button, and subscribe if you're enjoying yourself. We go live Mondays through the weekend, watching basketball every single night. So subscribe if you want to hang out as we continue to watch basketball. We watch Knicks games, every single Knicks game of the season. Andrew Wiggins had it in the post and got stripped by Donovan Mitchell. So it's going to be an inbounds for Miami. No, it was a foul by Donovan Mitchell. Wiggins is at the foul line for 2 free throws with 10:20 to go. Wiggins misses a free throw. Can't be missing free throws if you want to win basketball games. 6-point lead for Miami. 66-60, 10:20 to go here in the third. Andrew Wiggins missed the first one. Rattled in the second one. Almost missed the second one. Rattles in the second one. At least you get one. Good ball denial here from the Heat. Evan Mobley was forced to bring the ball down. Mobley up top, coming to his left off a Jared Allen screen. Up top to Mitchell. Fires away the straightaway three. Can't get that one to go. Continues to fire some not very good shots for Donovan Mitchell. Is he capable of making those shots? Sure. But are those the shots you really want to go to on a consistent basis? No, not really. Norman Powell down the lane. He's got Darius Garland switched onto him, and he just takes him right to the middle of the lane, tries to shoot a little jump shot over him, and Garland forced to foul him because he's not big enough to contest, slaps him on the arm. It's going to send Norman Powell to the foul line for 2 free throws here. Norman Powell, he's been perfect from the foul line so far tonight, 7 for 7. Remains perfect from the foul line, knocking down the first one. He's got one more coming. Norman Powell goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. Remains perfect, 9 for 9 for the game now. Under 10 to go, DeAndre Hunter bringing it down against Powell. Hunter driving to his right. Spins, coming to his left, up top to Mobley. Mobley coming to his left. And they call an offensive foul on the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think it's on DeAndre Hunter. Trying to set an off-ball screen. Miami doing a great job of fighting through the screens. All going back to Miami. They're with the 9-point lead now. They can go back up by double digits. Their largest lead of the game has been 12. And Larson bringing it down. Larson driving to his right. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Wiggins hands it off to Powell. Powell is straightaway three. He's got space. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Long rebound. Mitchell picks it up. He's driving it down and takes the bump from Davion Mitchell. Some Mitchell on Mitchell violence there. Side out of bounds for Cleveland. NME1. What's up, NME? Any chance for the over? 245.5. Yeah, there's a chance for it. Both of these teams are firing away from three. If they get hot here in the second half, there's a chance for it for sure. Mitchell coming to his right off the screen, driving it down against Ware. Knocks down the scoop layup. Ware backed off. He didn't want to give him the foul. Mitchell got the layup to go. The Heat quickly pushing the other way as Mitchell hit the floor. It was a 4-on-5, and they easily get the layup as Pell Larson beat him down the court for the easy layup. They just trade baskets there. Back up by 9 for Miami. Garland has it up top, being guarded by Larson. Coming to his right off the Mobley screen. Now coming to his left. Wiggins is going to switch out and switch on him. Garland goes for the scoop layup with the left hand, can't get it to go. Garland hit the floor, and Miami's off and running again. Another 5-on-4 as Garland's got to hustle back on defense. They kick it out. Tried to kick it out. Garland hustles back, but he knocks it all the way out of bounds. He can't control it, so it'll at least stay with Miami. A good hustle from Garland to get back on defense there. So Miami will inbound it. Donovan Mitchell comes up with the steal, tries to save it inside. He does save it inside as Davion Mitchell then runs into DeAndre Hunter. And Davion Mitchell fouls Hunter, so side out of bounds for Cleveland now. A little bit of a hack fest going on so far to start the third quarter here. So the Cavs will bring it down. Miami backs off of the full court pressure here, and Donovan Mitchell has it up top. He's being guarded by Davion Mitchell. Coming to right off the Allen screen. Hang dribble, kicks it in the corner. Mobley's going to fire from three. I believe his first three of the night, and he knocks it down. Out of the right corner there. Maybe Mobley should have been shooting a little bit more often. Norman Powell has it on the right wing. Gets it out to Davion Mitchell. Shoves it over to Wiggins. On fake, jab step back, left corner three for Andrew Wiggins. In and out, can't get it to stay. DeAndre Hunter with the rebound. He's bringing it down the other way. Hunter has it on the right wing, attacking Davion Mitchell. He's got the size advantage. Gets into the paint. Little pull-up mid-range jumper, 8 feet away. Gets it to go down for DeAndre Hunter. And it's back to a 4-point game here. Cleveland not going away quietly. Wiggins has it. Backing down Hunter. Stops, turns, spins, pump fake, leans in. Kicks it out the last second to Larson. Larson doesn't want to shoot the three. Up top to Norman Powell. He's going to go one-on-one against Darius Garland and just pulls up right over him and knocks it down for Norman Powell. He just said, Darius Garland, you're just too small to guard me. You're just too small, brother. I'm going to shoot it over you every time. Off the catch, off the handoff, DeAndre Hunter fires away a three, can't get it to go. Long rebound finds its way out to Garland. He misses the scoop layup. Khalil Ware was there. I don't know if he got a piece of it, but Garland shot up an air ball finger roll. Maybe Khalil Ware got a piece of it, but Donovan Mitchell was right there to lay it back up and in. Now it's 74-69, a 5-point lead for Miami. Mitchell driving it down. Kicks it out to Norman Powell. Another three, can't get it to go. Khalil Ware battling for it. Wiggins able to grab it. Trying to pull it back out and gets fouled by Donovan Mitchell. And then as retaliation, not really, but Andrew Wiggins accidentally slaps Mitchell in the face. Whitewash said, let's go Heat Nation, lock up defense. Hasn't been known for their defense so far this season, but they've got some good defenders. Obviously down their best defender with Bam. Justice's dad said, host the N buffet every week day, and if the Knicks play on weekends or a very good matchup on Saturday, Sunday, that has to be viewed. I'm working on it. Justice's dad. I got to set up a specific scene for it so we can watch each individual game cast as it's going on. I got to figure out how I want that to go on, but we'll get there. We'll for sure get there. Justice's dad reminded people of the like button. Appreciate you, Justice's dad. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody in the chat hanging out with us here tonight. Got a pretty good game going on. Miami with a 5-point lead over Cleveland. Even down. Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero. Offense is not letting them down, I'll tell you that. Real quick, off of this timeout, let's look real quick around the league. This is yesterday's scores. Wizards still with a 7-point lead over the Pistons. Keeping an eye on it. Close game between Bulls and the Spurs. Would be nice to see the Bulls lose yet again. Oh, just a quick channel description. You were telling JJ. I got you, brother. I see. Davion Mitchell, right wing three, can't get it to go. And Khalil Ware with the offensive rebound and putback. Khalil Ware has been fantastic rebounding the ball tonight. Fantastic. Darius Garland gets it over to Mobley. Mobley gets it over to Merrill, who's checked back in. Back to Mobley, back to Merrill. Coming off the screen, steps back, driving it down. They do a good job running him off the line. Merrill forced to kick it out to Garland on the left wing, being guarded by Powell. Coming to his left, draws the foul, and Powell is going to send Garland to the foul line for 2 free throws. And he comes up limping again. Now he's going to limp his way to the foul line. Garland not 100% healthy. Can't have you limping out there this early in the season. Johnny Praise, what's up, Johnny? Appreciate you commentating this game. Appreciate you hanging out with me, Johnny. Appreciate you hanging out with me, man. We're going to get a full timeout here from the Miami Heat. When we come back, Darius Garland will be at the foul line for 2 free throws. Justice Dead said Wiggins an all-star. He is not an all-star. He made the one all-star team because he played in Golden State. We know Golden State has a big fan base because of Steph Curry. That is the only reason he made the all-star team that year. Right? He will never make another all-star team. That's not a diss to Andrew Wiggins. But I went over in the pregame. My man is a very inconsistent player. You don't know what you're getting from him on a night-to-night basis. You could get a lockdown perimeter defender, or you can get a turnstile defensively. You can get a three-point marksman, or you can get a guy who's going to go 1 for 4 from 3 and take 7 total shots that night and be invisible. You don't know what you're going to get from him on a night-to-night basis. Marcus Waitley. What's up, Marcus? Miami Heat depth will be crazy once healthy. Yeah, man, they're showing that Miami always finds guys. Right? They always have depth. They always do a great job of finding guys. They do a great job of developing guys. But, yeah, they even have Kasper's Jakachonis in the back. Whenever they decide to throw the rookie out there and utilize him, I think he's very good and very capable. We'll see when Eric Spoelstra and the Miami Heat decide to use him. But, yeah, you'll get Bam back. Got Khalil Ware playing well. You got Jovic in the back still developing. You got Jaquez having a career year. Whew. Miami's not going away quietly this season. They're going to have to be beaten in the playoffs. And I'll tell you what, as a Knicks fan, I don't want to see Miami in the playoffs. I'll tell you that. Definitely don't. Pinecone Bliss said Wiggins has been looking great the past few games, thankfully. He has. He can go in these stretches where he looks like an all-star. The issue is he'll also go in stretches where he just looks like a regular role player. You know? The issue in his career has consistently been consistency, right? You know, he's like what the concern with Khalil Ware is, where sometimes you get him and he looks awesome and he looks like an all-star level player, and sometimes you get him and he looks average, right? And that's a motor issue, and that was an issue with that was a concern with Andrew Wiggins coming out of Kansas when he was coming into the league, and it's a concern. It was a concern with Khalil Ware when he was coming out of college, coming into the league. Now, being in Miami is great for Khalil Ware. Being in Minnesota, where Minnesota was for Andrew Wiggins when he was drafted, was not good for his continued development. But I think Khalil Ware is not going to struggle with that as much, you know, being around the players he's around early in his career and being in the organization he's in early in his career. Chow Chow the Oro. What's up, Chow Chow? Wiggins is defensive first team this year. So far, I could see the argument for sure. He's been very solid. He's been more than solid. Been good. I could see the argument for it for sure. Garland's at the foul line for his 2 free throws here. He knocks down the first one. Garland's at the foul line. He knocked down the first one. He knocked it to a 6-point game. He knocks down the second one. 2 more perfect free throws from Darius Garland. Between Garland and Norman Powell, I don't think their free throws have touched the rim at all. Perfect free throws from those 2 guys. Powell Larson driving it down. Tried to hit the cross-court pass. Darius Garland saw it coming. He comes up with the steal. Quick hit ahead to Mobley. He's going to bring it down. We're approaching the halfway point here. 6:40 to go. Mobley driving it down. Kicks it out to Tyson. Now over to Garland. Garland has it on the right wing. Pulls it back out. Being guarded by Larson. Dancing with it. Between the legs, in and out dribble, coming to his left, throws up the righty floater. Too strong, can't get it to go. Rebound finds its way back to Garland, kicks it out to Tyson, swings it over to Hunter. Hunter with space for 3, can't get it to go. Long rebound, good box out from Davion Mitchell. Allowed Larson to come in and grab the rebound. Davion Mitchell bringing it down, hit ahead to Wiggins down the lane. Gets the layup to go. Thought they were going to give him the foul call. They don't, but he does still get the layup to go. 78-71. Merrill has it up top to get it over to Mobley. Mobley been very quiet tonight. Interior pass to Hunter. Nice slip of the screen. Wiggins can't get to the pass. And Hunter gets the easy dunk out of it. And then we get a foul in the backcourt, I believe, by Garland. Not a good foul from Garland. So Miami will bring it down. 78-73, a 5-point game. Just past the halfway point here in the third quarter. 5:57 to go exactly. Are we going to get free throws? We're in the bonus? We are in the bonus already. Wow. Those early foul calls, and even that foul call from Garland in the backcourt. What are you doing fouling? They grabbed the rebound. They're off and running. Now Wiggins is at the foul line for 2 free points. Knocks down the first one. Got 1 more free throw coming. Jaime Jaquez at the scores table getting ready to check in for Wiggins. He's going to remain at the scores table. Wiggins is shooting the free throws. Kay Hazy said Garland is keeping the game tight, fighting tooth and nail. He is fighting tooth and nail. He does not look healthy, though. I'll tell you that. He's limping around a little bit. He does not look explosive. Not as quick as he normally is. Wiggins knocks down both of them, giving them a 7-point lead, 80-73. And we're past the halfway point. Mobley has it up top. Ball knocked out of his hands by Wiggins. He comes up with the steal, and he is rewarded with a fast break dunk. Mobley is flabbergasted that he didn't get a foul call there. Just stopped playing. Wiggins has been absolutely disruptive, completely disruptive here defensively. Mobley in the corner to Merrill. Catches, pump fakes. Good closeout from Davion Mitchell. Up top to Mobley. No hesitation 3. Good closeout from Khalil Ware. Didn't matter as Mobley knocked it down. Mobley got to be a lot more assertive here. He's been too differential to Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland tonight. Norman Powell gets down the lane. Over to Davion Mitchell, up top, Andrew Wiggins. And Andrew Wiggins taking the game over both offensively and defensively so far here tonight. Knocks down a three there, getting those 3 points right back. Lonzo Ball on the right wing, driving it down. Up top to Mobley. Catches, pump fake, driving to his right, pass Khalil Ware. High off glass, can't get it to go. Great defense from Khalil Ware. Here comes Norman Powell off the rebound. Shoves it over to Mitchell. Mitchell has it up top. He's going to slow it down. He said, let's run some offense. Let's get a good shot here. We're up 9. Larson, jab step, goes right in the Merrill, throws up the floater, can't get it to go. Khalil Ware right there with the cleanup, and everybody chipping in, doing their job for Miami right now, and Cleveland looks a little bit like a step slow. They get it out to Hunter. Hunter coming to it right off the screen, driving it down in the corner. Lonzo Ball, he's got space, fires it up, splashes it down, nothing but net for Lonzo Ball. Back to an 8-point game. Andrew Wiggins has it up top, coming to his left, and gets fouled by DeAndre Hunter, putting 2 hands on him. It's going to send Wiggins back to the foul line of 2 free throws. And the Cleveland Cavaliers being very, very sloppy right now. Hey, Hazy said, Garland is keeping the game tight. Oh, I read that one already, my bad. He also said, I thought Wiggins would miss that after he hesitated. True, true. Once you hesitate, usually that airspace closes up and you don't have the space to get it off. Chow Chow, what's up, Chow Chow? I think Miami has more depth than the Cavs. Losing Ty Jerome really left a hole in the Cavs. It did. It did. In theory, they replaced him with Lonzo. Sam Merrill has been better. Jalen Tyson's taking a step up. So they still have some depth. They are missing Larry Nance Jr. They are missing Max Strus. So they are not as healthy as they could be. Their depth did take a hit with the health as well. You know, Miami's missing some guys. Obviously, the guys Miami's missing are significantly more important than the guys Cleveland is missing, but it does hurt their depth. Lonzo's been a bit disappointing. Sam Merrill's had a terrible game. And Darius Garland does not look healthy out there. But both of these teams are deep. Andrew Wiggins knocks down both free throws. Wiggins has been very, very good in this third quarter. Lonzo Ball has it up top, being guarded by Jovic on a switch. Up top to Merrill. They swing it over to Tyson, and no hesitation, 3 out of the left corner. He can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Jared Allen keeps it alive. Gets stripped by Davion Mitchell. Can't put it down on the floor if you're Jared Allen there. Here comes Davion Mitchell. Shot out of a cannon. Draws the foul. And Donovan Mitchell going to send Davion Mitchell to the foul line for 2 free throws. Again, some more Mitchell on Mitchell action there. Some violence going on. Mitchell fouls Mitchell. Going to send Davion to the foul line for 2 free throws. Davion Mitchell is at the foul line for 2 free throws with 4 minutes to go. He knocks down the first free throw, giving them an 11-point lead here. Powell Larson comes in for Andrew Wiggins. Fantastic stint there for Andrew Wiggins there in the third quarter. Fantastic. Davion Mitchell knocks down both free throws. And we are under 4 minutes to go here. 12-point lead for Miami, tying their largest lead of the game. Donovan Mitchell's back in, crossing over, trying to split the screen, draws the foul on the floor. Going to be side out of bounds. It's only the 3rd foul on Miami in the quarter. Kay Hazy said, now why does Davion have the number 45? His Davion Mitchell goes to the bench. I don't know, man. I don't know. Getting into Donovan Mitchell, now over to Merrill off the inbound. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Stan Merrill continues to misfire. Powell Larson bringing it down. He has it on the right wing. Driving to his left, stops, turns, spins. Driving to his right, Euro steps down the lane, tries to put up the floater, can't get it to go. But they call a foul on Lonzo Ball and the Cavs. It's going to send Powell Larson to the foul line for 2 free throws. He just put his head down there and went to the basket. Drew the foul. A little bit of a reckless play, but he gets bailed out by the refs there for Powell Larson. Oh, they call the foul on Sam Merrill there, I see. And he did hit him on the arm. It is a foul. You haven't seen a whole lot of one-on-one action like that from Miami all night long. Powell Larson did it there. He saw the advantage against Merrill, thought he could take him to the rim, and he was correct. But he misses a free throw. You can't be missing free throws. Hey, Hazy, he just wanted to mess with the league. He saw Donovan Mitchell wearing 45. He said, you know what? That's a good number. I'm also D Mitch, so I'm also going to wear 45. I'm just going to confuse everybody. Larson does knock down the second free throw. A 13-point lead, the largest lead of the game for Miami so far. 3:30 to go here in the third quarter. Donovan Mitchell has it up top, coming to his right, being picked up by Jaquez. Donovan Mitchell dancing with it, driving to his right, putting his head down, attacking, floater off glass, got it to go. Donovan Mitchell has been very passive so far. He can just turn as Jaime Jaquez runs right into Sam Merrill, and that's an offensive foul on Jaquez. Not a good drive from him at all. Donovan Mitchell is going to go, superstar mode and try to bring his team back into this one. He can absolutely do it. We've seen him do it many times. Kay Hazy said, I believe that. How do you not think that that's definitely a reason, right? A Heat full time out here. We're going to get a challenge from Spoelstra and the Heat. I don't think they're going to win this challenge. Jaquez runs right into the defender who's standing there. I don't think that's a good challenge from Spoelstra and the Heat there. We're going to get a full challenge. Now let's go around the league. We should be winding down some of these previously games that started at 7. What's going on here, ESPN? What is this nonsense? Got to refresh the page. There we go. Lakers with a 9-point lead over the Hornets. They're going to pick up the win there. They're going to jump up to 8-3. Hornets are going to fall to 3-7. Wizards, Pistons, still a close game, but the Wizards with an 8-point lead. Cade Cunningham is doing his thing, 29, 8, and 9, but apparently not getting a ton of help. CJ McCollum with 30. We went over the Wizards box scores, but we didn't go over the Pistons box score. What is going on? Do they have players out? They just not playing well? They overlooked the Wizards here. Robinson, Duncan Robinson, Ron Holland, Jalen Duren, Javonte Green, and Cade Cunningham. Yeah, they are missing some guys. Paul Reed, Bobby Clintman, Chaz Lanier, and Dennis Jenkins coming off the bench. I mean, I'm sure the injury bug has hit them a little bit here, but you got Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren. You got to make it work. Duren with 18 and 12. Cunningham with 29, 8 and 9 with 4 steals. 10 for 36. Oh, my goodness. 10 for 36 from the field. My man is getting them shots up. 1 for 10 from 3. That's an issue right there. They could still possibly sneak this one out against the Wizards. The Wizards do not know how to close games, although they do have CJ McCollum playing well. So maybe they'll pull it off. We'll see. We'll see. It would be nice to see the Pistons lose to the Wizards. That would be nice, I'll tell you that. Spurs, Bulls, and locked in a tight one. This is also a good game. This is one we had circled as well that we might cover tonight, but this Miami-Cleveland game has my full attention right now. Depending on where this game is sitting, maybe we'll switch over to this one before we end the night. Maybe. Maybe, just maybe. Wizards-Pistons so far is the most interesting outcome so far tonight. Lakers-Hornets did just wrap up. And Blazers-Magic. They're also locked in a tight one. Hold on. That's 20 seconds to go. Magic with a 1-point lead. Sharp missed a free throw. What's going on there? Shaedon Sharp with 31 points tonight. Powell with 26 and 9. Okay. Robin said, you're doing a great job tonight. Appreciate you, Robin. Appreciate you. Jaime Jaquez is at the foul line for 2 free throws. They changed the call. Wow. I'm not a fan of that changed call. I do think that's a charge. Jaquez is at the foul line. I don't agree with rewarding players for running into other players. I don't agree you should reward the offensive player running into the defensive player. Ran right into him. But either way, Jaime Jaquez is at the foul line for 2 free throws. Knocks down both of them. Donovan Mitchell bringing it down against Drew Smith. They get it over to Lonzo. Lonzo has it up top being guarded by Larson. Pulls it back. Now hits Jalen Tyson driving it down. Throws up a righty hook. Can't get it to go. Way off. Rebound falls right back to him. Over to Mitchell out of the right corner. He can't get it to go. Jaime Jaquez goes right over the back of Dean Wade and picks up the rebound. And then Sam Merrill fouls Jaime Jaquez in the backcourt. It's going to send Jaime Jaquez to the foul line for 2 more free throws. You can't be going for backcourt steals if you're Sam Merrill. That is not your role on the team, buddy. Just get back and play good defense. Now you're going to give Jaime Jaquez 2 more free points. Not a good decision from Sam Merrill there. I know you're trying to make a play for your team who's down by 13 points here, but you're just exacerbating the problem right now. Jay Hammer, what's up, Jay Hammer? Nice to hear Lonzo in action. It is nice to hear Lonzo in action. He's not playing well, but it's nice to hear him in action. Right? It's going to take him a while to shake off the rust. He did have a 2-year absence from basketball. Jaime Jaquez knocked down the first one. He's got one more coming. Knocks down the second one. Miami takes a 15-point lead over the Cavs. Donovan Mitchell will bring it down. Under 3 minutes to go, hit ahead to Tyson. Jalen Tyson has it up top, hands it off to Mitchell. Mitchell, full head of steam, back out to Tyson. Catches, pump fake, swings it over to Merrill. Merrill on the left wing. Miami in a zone now, 3-2 zone. Lonzo Ball dribbles it out to the three-point line, puts it up, can't get it to go. Long rebound out to Donovan Mitchell, steps behind the line. Now pulls it all the way back out. Good closeout from the Heat. Jaquez switches on to Mitchell. He's going to step back for a three now. They're going to live with Donovan Mitchell settling for a bunch of threes here. That one he does knock down, though. Miami settling for a lot of threes. Here comes Drew Smith bringing it down, being picked up by Sam Merrill. They get it over to Jaquez, swings it over to Larson, right corner. Tries to hit a wraparound pass to Fontecchio, gets picked off by Lonzo Ball. Donovan Mitchell over to Dean Wade, sets his feet, fires from three. Gets it to go. Back-to-back threes for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And this is how you can get back into the game very quickly. I give 3 points to the wrong side, my bad. Jaquez gets it over to Larson. Larson over to Jovic. Jovic pump fakes, driving it down to his left in the lane, throws up a lefty hook. In and out, can't get it to stay. Lonzo Ball with the rebound. Hit ahead to Dean Wade. Dean Wade sets his feet and fires a left wing three. Same spot, same result for Dean Wade. 3 straight threes for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they're back within 6. Jovic has it on the right block, being guarded by Dean Wade. That's not the guy I'd go at right now if I'm Jovic. A lot of one-on-one. Gets caught in the air, but kicks it out to Larson. They swing it over to Jaquez. Jab step, driving to his right. Off balance, goes up. Can't get the floater to go. Fight for the rebound. Knocked out of bounds by the Cavs. It'll stay with the Heat. 1:26 to go. In a 6-point game, Miami has allowed Cleveland to roar back into this one. Jay Hammer, remind people to like button. Appreciate you, Jay Hammer. Absolutely. If you're enjoying the show so far, go ahead, leave a like. It is by far more than anything else you can do. That and subscribing, the best way to support the channel. I'm not going to ask you for super chats. I'm not going to ask you for memberships. I'd very much appreciate the support, but all I'm going to ask you to do is like and subscribe. Thank you, guys. Fontecchio gets the inbounds, driving it down. He draws the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws here. Kay Hazy said everybody in the Cavs is chucking right now. Not smart. I mean, they did just knock down 3 in a row, so it did end up working out for them. But Fontecchio's at the foul line for 2 free throws here. Erdow Adenir? What's up, Erdow? Miami winning? They are winning right now. Can they pull it out? We got 12 more minutes of basketball to go after this quarter as well. Both of these teams scoring. So far, the scoring in this quarter is 37 Cleveland, 36 Miami. Fontecchio knocks down both free throws. So 98-90, Miami holding on to an 8-point lead here, keeping Cleveland an arm's length away, even with the barrage of threes that have happened. Jalen Tyson hit ahead to Mitchell. Mitchell has it up top, being guarded by Drew Smith. Gets it over to Lonzo Ball. Miami still in that zone. Mitchell pump fakes, down low to Tyson, goes up, gets swatted by Jovic. Great block from Jovic on Tyson. And now cross-court pass, Wiggins full head of steam, kicks out to Fontecchio, driving it down into the paint, goes up, gets stripped by Tyson. Merrill picks up the loose ball, hit ahead to Mitchell. Here comes Cleveland, bringing it down the other way. Good transition defense from Cleveland. Mitchell's going to fire a pull-up 3, can't get it to go. Lonzo Ball knocks the rebound out, but Fontecchio right there to pick up the loose ball. Hit over to Drew Smith, bringing it down middle of the court. Crosses over to his right, putting his head down, drawing the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Donovan Mitchell getting way too trigger-happy with those pull-up 3s. So far tonight, Donovan Mitchell is 2 for 11 from 3-point range. Getting way too trigger-happy. MBM, what's up, MBM? Just as that said, 100 each in the third was expected. True. I forget who needed the over earlier in the game. 226.5, I believe they said. Seems highly likely we'll get to that. Seems highly likely we'll hit that over. Just as that said, ready for Knicks versus Grizz tomorrow? I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. Knicks need to continue the win streak. 5 in a row would be nice. Drew Smith knocks down both free throws, gives Miami a 10-point lead again. They survived the 3-point barrage to still remain up by 10. They get it over to Mitchell. Mitchell driving it down, draws the foul on Fontecchio. It's going to send Donovan Mitchell to the foul line for 2 more free throws. MBM said ready for Ja. He's not having a good year. Not having a good year. Just that said 245 in a hook. I thought it was 225. I was like, definitely going to hit that. 245 is a little bit more difficult, but definitely still possible. I mean, that's at least 23 from each Yeah, that's 23 from each team. They'll get 23 each in the fourth quarter for sure. Mitchell knocks down the first free throw. He's got one more coming. Just that said, who knows what to expect with Ja? I don't know, but I'll tell you what, you got. Well, Mitchell Robinson is questionable because it's the first night of a back-to-back, so who knows? And Kenny Atkinson is getting kicked out. I think that's his second technical, so he's going to get kicked out by Scott Foster. So Kenny Atkinson is out. O-U-T, he is out. That is a big loss for the Cavs. Can it be a rallying cry to his team, though? Can it galvanize them to pull this comeback off against Miami? Got a whole fourth quarter left. We've got 12 more minutes of basketball. MBM said took one for the team. He definitely did. And it's a big one, too. It's a big loss. Kenny Atkinson's a very good coach. I believe our old friend Johnny Bryant takes over as head coach now. He does. He's taking over as the head coach now. Johnny Bryant, head coach. Just Dad said that ref lady doesn't put up with the rah-rah. It was Scott Foster who kicked him out. Scott Foster was the one who kicked him out. Gave him the second tech. Donovan Mitchell still has the one free throw he has to take. Drew Smith, I believe, took the free throw on the other end for the Heat, who knocked it down. The technical free throw from Atkinson. So Donovan Mitchell at the foul line finally takes the second free throw, and he does knock it down. Drew Smith will bring it down now for the Heat for the final 30 seconds of the third quarter here. Smith has it up top. He's going to hold it for as long as he can. It's about an 8-second difference, 9-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Drew Smith up top being guarded by Tyson. They get it over to Jaquez, catches it on the run. Euro steps down the lane, kicks it back out to Drew Smith. He's going to pump fake, drive it down. He's got an open lane. Tries to draw the foul, and Lonzo Ball got way too fancy with it. Almost turns it over, but they're going to say it's off of Lonzo Ball. 10 seconds to go here in the third. Miami gets the ball back. They have 2.1 on the shot clock. They got enough for maybe one move here. One dribble, one move. Drew Smith, over the top pass to Jovic, catches it, quickly throws it up at the rim. In and out, can't get it to stay. Cleveland with the rebound. Donovan Mitchell's going to push it down. Tries the Euro step down the lane, loses the ball out of bounds. Ball is going to go back to Miami. Right back to them with 1 second to go. You're going to have enough time for a heave. Cleveland's going to play some full court press here and not give them a clean look. Jovic gets it into Jaquez, gets it into Jovic. One-handed heave, three-quarters court. Can't get it to go. Pretty decent attempt, though, but can't get it to go. Just that's it. Everyone shift over his seat, yeah? And Johnny Bryant takes over as the head coach, our old friend. Our old friend from the New York Knicks, Johnny Bryant, getting some head coaching experience here. He said maybe Bryant can show he should have got hired this summer. Maybe. I mean, the Knicks didn't even really interview him. The only team that seriously interviewed him was the Phoenix Suns, and they hired Jordan Oot over him. Just that said, Cavs and Heat play each other again on Wednesday. Ooh. So even if they split, it's a good job. It's a good job for the Knicks, right? Both of these teams suffering losses. Knicks got to continue to win. They play Miami in a back-to-back situation Friday and then I believe Monday. So they play them Friday, then they have 2 days off and then play them Monday. But the end of the third quarter, 101-92. Let's go around the league real quick before we get to this fourth quarter. I don't have a ton of time here in between quarters, but real quick, let's look. Wizards-Pistons. Wizards still holding on to a 5-point lead over the Pistons with 14 seconds to go. Hold on. Let me go ahead and throw that up real quick. I still have the Miami game on, but we're going to go to the double screen here, the multi-view. I just want to throw, where is it? Wizards-Pistons added into the multi-view. If you don't have access to the game, please check out the blackout information in your subscription. Not possible. Not close to Detroit, not close to Washington. You can go ahead and hit refresh on this. Not possible. Oh, it's on Peacock. That's why. The Peacock game. All right. Well, I got that ready to go. I'm not going to sign into Peacock there. I could sign into Peacock over here, though. Why is it not saved? All these streaming services. Miami, Detroit scored. It's 126, 124. Looks like Washington's at the foul line with 2.2 to go. Can I sign in real quick to watch it? Why am I not signed in here? Oh my goodness. Yeah. Is this the password for this? Tell me that's the password for this. It is the password for this. All right. I totally guessed on that. Let's watch this real quick. Put it on. 2.2 seconds left. Who has the ball? Full timeout from Detroit. Watch that final. All right, there we go. And we're back here with the Miami game. We're back in to start the fourth quarter. Here we go. Cleveland's in the zone now. They spray it out to Pontecchio on the baseline. They swing it back up top to Wiggins, who's back in the game. One dribble pull-up three straight away. Well short. Donovan Mitchell secures the rebound. Mitchell bringing it down now. Has it up top. Coming to his right. Pulls it back. Straight away three. No hesitation over Drew Smith. Comes up short. Long rebound back out to Donovan Mitchell. Inside to Mobley. Goes up strong with the two hands and throws it down with the big two-handed slam. And I should hit you guys with this. They kick it out, and they swing it over to Jovic. A left wing three. He's been misfiring all night, but he gets that one to go down. All right. Jovic finally got one to go down. Also, this game is not on. Come on. All these streaming services are trash. Merrill misfires on yet another three. I don't think he's hit a three all night long. Something went wrong with the Peacock thing, so I'm out of there. I'm just going to get out of there. I think the Wizards are going to pull it off. Miami misses a shot at the basket. Here comes Mitchell pushing it the other way. In and out dribble. Euro steps down the lane. Kicks it out. Good defense. Over to Merrill, who's been misfiring all night. But he gets that one to go down on the left wing. He was open. Back to a 7-point lead for Miami. 97 to 104. Oh, I don't even have the game cast up for you guys. It looks like the Wizards are going to be able to pull that one off. McCollum with 40. My goodness. Jaquez driving it down, spins off of Merrill, leans in, pump fake, stops, turns, spins, kicks it out to Wiggins up top. Wiggins dancing with it, driving to his left, spins to his right, foul line, fall away jumper. Got it to go. Ooh, Andrew Wiggins has been spectacular tonight. Big clutch shot after big clutch shot. Big clutch defensive play after big clutch defensive play. Merrill just hit one. He fires another one, this time from the right wing. He gets it to go down. Sam Merrill can get hot. Could change the tune of this game. They need somebody to get hot from the perimeter if you're Cleveland. Jaquez driving it down, throws up the floater, gets blocked by Dean Wade, and he picks up the rebound. Here comes Donovan Mitchell pushing it the other way. 9:50 to go. Mitchell gets it over to Wade, catches, pump fakes, driving to his right on Wiggins. Stops, pulls it back out. Good defense. Merrill picks it up. He fires another one, and he rattles it in. 3 straight threes for Sam Merrill. Once he sees one go down, it's over. Now he's locked in. Back to a 3-point game, 1-possession game. Up top, the Jaquez driving it down. Stops, turns, kicks it out to Jovic. A straightaway three. Kind of just heaves it up there. Can't get it to go. Mitchell with the good box out and rebound. You got to get Norman Powell in this game at some point, Spo. Game's getting too close. They leave it off for Merrill. He's feeling it. He's going for 4 in a row. He got 4 in a row. Sam Merrill's on fire. And a timeout for Miami as Sam Merrill single-handedly just tied this game up. Single-handedly. Wow. Hey, Hazy, wow. Yeah, you and I had the same exact reaction. Wow. Tetsu Spence said, unrelated, but Cade is having the best game of his career right now. Really? The best game of his career? You think so? I mean, he does. I did see he had 40. Kamimoto with the subscription. Appreciate you. If you guys are enjoying the show so far, we do basketball games Monday through the weekend. We mostly cover the Knicks. We watch every single Knicks game, but on the nights where the Knicks aren't playing, we're going to cover games from across the league. Like tonight, we're covering Cleveland versus Miami. An excellent basketball game so far. It's been fantastic. We are tied up here at 106 with 9 minutes to go. Real quick, back. Oh, I had that available right there. Real quick, back. Yeah, that's fine. Back around the league. Is that game going into overtime, or that game is going into overtime? How is that game going into overtime, y'all? How is this game going into overtime? How did that end? How did that end? Did the Magic win? Somebody said congratulations to the Magic earlier. They didn't win. They didn't win by 3 over the Blazers. Detroit going to overtime against the Wizards. Cade with 42, 10, and 10. Woo, Cade Cunningham. McCollum with 40 trying to match him, though. Just as that to the one Cavs fan courtside loving the run. I mean, I would be going crazy right now if I was a Cavs fan. Sam Merrill, 4 straight threes to tie the game up. Single-handedly brought the team back in. Once he saw one go through, it was over. Okay, Hayes, you just need to keep the ball out of Donovan's hands, apparently. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell got to stop shooting these pull-up threes and just get it over to Sam Merrill. Get it over to the hot hand right now. Lionel Monish reminding people to like the like button. Appreciate you, Lionel. Appreciate you. If you're enjoying the show so far, hit the like button, man. Show some support. The only thing I'll ever ask you. Like and subscribe. Not going to ask you for super chats. Not going to ask you for memberships, although I would appreciate it, obviously. Can't believe we're going into overtime here. Can't believe it. I wish I could pull it up here. I should have just kept it. Should have just watched the end of the game. But of course the Wizards are not going to be able to hold on. Of course. All right, I can go back into it. Let me press the watch now. See if it'll come up. Something went wrong. Okay. I guess we're not going to watch it. I guess I'm paying for Peacock for nothing then. I guess it's just not going to work. Thanks, Peacock. Great streaming service we have there, NBA. All right, here we go. We're back into it. Ty, what's up, Ty? Darius Garland, is he out? No, but he's not playing well. He is playing today, and they're going to hold him out for now. Maybe he'll come back into the game. We got 9 more minutes to go. Larson driving it down. Good defense from Mitchell. They get it over to Davion Mitchell. Davion crosses over. Scoop layup high off glass with the left hand. Can't get it to go. Evan Mobley with the rebound. Quick outlet to Donovan Mitchell. He's going to bring it down. In and out dribble. Driving it down right into the lane. Throws it above glass. Can't get it to go. And he draws the foul. And Pell Larson's going to send Mitchell to the foul line for 2 free throws. And Cleveland can retake the lead after trailing the entirety of the second half so far. Go back to our Cavs Heat game cast here. We'll keep an eye on that. On the Wizards Pistons overtime period. But Donovan Mitchell's at the foul line for 2 free throws. He's got the nose plugged in. Got hit earlier by Wiggins. Mitchell knocks down the first one. Norman Powell back in the game. A little too late. A little too late for my liking. Now you're in a dogfight with the Cavs. Should have got Norman Powell in a little bit earlier. Right? Sometimes you just got to say, screw it. I got to get you in earlier. It's too close. OMG, what's up, OMG? He just cashed my TD on the last shot of the game. No way. Mitchell knocked down both. Shout out to you, OMG. Shout out to you. Jeff Brown said he's out the rest of the game. I see. So he's out. He is out. He was limping around with the foot thing. I know he just came back from toe surgery. Mitchell knocked down both free throws. Powell has it up top. Being guarded by Dean Wade. Throws up the floater. Can't get it to go. Larson comes flying in for the offensive rebound. Up top to Hawkins. They swing it over to Jovic. He goes along the baseline. Throws it above glass. Gets it to go over DeAndre Hunter. Good drive and finish from Jovic there. Back tied at 108. Now you're in a dogfight with the Cavs. Mitchell up top. Coming to his left. Jovic picks him up. Mitchell dancing with it, trying to get it down low to Mobley. Good defense from Davion Mitchell not to give him the open pass. Back up top to Mobley. Saying, go ahead, I got it. I'm going to go one-on-one against Jovic here. Donovan Mitchell on the right wing. Crossing over, Euro stepping down the lane, throws up the high floater. Way off, can't get it to go. Good box out from Norman Powell. No, it's not a good box out. They call a foul, Norman Powell. Trying to box out Mobley. Mobley does a good job selling the foul. They're selling the contact. Going to be side out of bounds for the Cavs here. They're going to remain possession. OMG said, I need Lonzo in this game for one more assist or rebound. I don't think we're going to see Lonzo again tonight. I'm sorry. Lonzo's in. Lonzo's back in. I lied to you, OMG. Lonzo's back in. I think pretty decent chance you're going to see that. Mobley fakes the handoff, driving it down. High off glass. Can't get it to go over Jovic. Good defense from Jovic. Underrated thing about Jovic. Pretty solid defender. They get it over to Larson. Runs right into Dean Wade. And they get Larson with the travel. Tried to get the stampede cut going. And they get him with the travel. Kay Hazy said Norman Powell, the Cavs killer. Is he known as the Cavs killer? Lonzo Ball coming to his right. Gets it out to Merrill. Merrill swings it over to Mitchell. Mitchell on the left wing. They get it into Mobley. Back out to Merrill. Open for a 3. No hesitation. Can't get that one to go. Lonzo Ball with the rebound. There it is, OMG. They get it out to Dean Wade for a right wing 3. He can't get it to go. Lonzo Ball with another rebound. There you go. They get it out to Merrill. Gets it over to Hunter. Hunter has it up top. Swings it over to Lonzo. He steals the pass, actually. Confuses the Heat. And Lonzo gets open for the three. The pass was not meant for Lonzo. He stole the pass from his teammate, and it confused the Miami Heat players, and they lost them, and he knocks down the three. 111 to 108 to get it over to Jaquez. Catches it on the run, drives it down, leaves it off for Larson. They swing it up top. They pump fake, takes it back out to Larson. Larson in the left corner. Jab step, coming to his right. Shot clock winding down. He leans in, throws up the floater, gets it to go, and one on Lonzo. I didn't see a foul there. That's a bad call from the official. It's a bad call from the official. But Larson gets the end, one floater to go. Lonzo literally gets out of the way of the Pell Larson floater. Literally gets out of the way. That's not a foul. It's a really bad call. Larson's going to go to the foul line for one more free throw. Judges that to the refs have been bad in my opinion. Yeah, it hasn't been a great officiated game. I don't think it's been that bad. Like, I don't think it's determined the outcome of the game or anything like that, but it's not been great. It's been pretty inconsistent all around. Okay, he said no, but he's been killing them this game. He has, for sure. He has. Pell Larson knocked down his and one free throw. Lonzo Ball up top being guarded by Davion Mitchell. Almost lost it to get it out to Allen. Back to Merrill. Merrill off the handoff. Puts up the three. Can't get it to go. Kel'el Ware snatches yet another rebound. Kel'el Ware has been fantastic on the glass tonight. Hit ahead to Powell. Powell on the right wing. Dancing with it. Coming to his left. Crosses over. Middle of the lane. Blows right past DeAndre Hunter. Gets the easy lefty layup. Bad defense from Hunter there. Miami retakes the lead. Both of these teams going back and forth. We're approaching the halfway point of the fourth quarter here. Lonzo crosses over to his right. Steps back. Good defense from Mitchell. They get over to Allen. Allen swings through to his right, blows past Kel'el Ware, but loses the handle. Kel'el Ware picks it up. Now here comes Davion Mitchell pushing it the other way. Hit ahead to Norman Powell. Norman Powell on the right wing. Dancing with it against Hunter. Behind the back, coming to his left. Step back, fall away mid-range jumper. Got it to go. That's a professional scorer in the NBA right there. My man is a professional bucket getter. Did it all last year with the Clippers. Now bringing it right here to the Miami Heat. Norman Powell. I thought it was a little late for Spoelstra to bring Powell in. I would have brought him in a little bit earlier as Miami was making that run, as Cleveland was making that run. But Spoelstra didn't want to overreact, wanted to stay true to his rotations. Norman Powell now gives them a 4-point lead. You're still in a dogfight with Cleveland, which maybe you didn't have to be. If you called the timeout, you're supposed to a little bit earlier. I would have called that timeout a little bit earlier. MBN Powell, impact player. He is. Miami's still going to have an opportunity to pull this one out. Just as dead. The Cavs are going to win this. I can feel it. Been seeing this story for the last 3 years regular season. I mean, they're putting up a lot of threes. They're making a lot of threes in the second half. Led by Sam Merrill, who's 4 for 12 from 3 so far tonight. But Lonzo is 3 for 6. Dean Wade is 3 for 4. Donovan Mitchell is not shooting it well, but let's run around the league real quick. Still really close game with 2 minutes into the overtime period here. Man. The Wizards better pull this one out, man. Cade's trying to go for that 50-point triple-double. He's going to get it, too. He's sitting at 46 points. He's going to get it. The Bulls with a 10-point lead over the Spurs. Bucks playing Dallas. Cooper Flag with 12 points. It's nice to see. Nice to see Coop playing well. WTW Freeze. What's up, Freeze? Need Cavs for the hit? I don't have a specific team I'm rooting for, but we are getting a good game. That's all I'm really rooting for. Luka ended up with 38, 6, and 7. Another great game from Luka. You can't see it, but there it is. 38, 6, and 7 for Luka. Boncaro with 28 and 9 in the Magic win to jump up to 5 and 6. It's a good win from them. Blazers are not bad. Blazers are not a bad year so far to start the season. Got Hawks, Clippers later tonight. Timberwolves, Jazz, Pelicans, Suns. We got Bucks, Mavericks in at halftime. Flag with 12. Giannis with only 9. Wemby with 23, 7, and 5 blocks tonight against the Bulls. Obviously, we know the game going on now. Wizards up by 2 with 1:30 to go. Come on, Washington. Pull off the upset. Need Detroit to lose, then they tied it up. All right. I wish I could pull the game up on Peacock, but Peacock is being trash for me tonight. Just not loading the stream up. But here we go. We're checking back into the game here. Halfway through this fourth quarter. 6 minutes to go. Jovic picks up his 4th foul. Getting tied up with Jalen Tyson. Side out of bounds for the Cavs here. Donovan Mitchell will inbound it. Being guarded by Davion Mitchell. Get it into Tyson up top. Now over to Lonzo in the left wing. Lonzo up top to Tyson. Springs it over to Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell dancing with it against Mitchell. Coming to his right off a Tyson screen. Stops, pulls it back, dances with it. A pull-up 3 over Jovic, I believe that is. Loose ball. Fighting for it. They save it inside to Tyson. Knocked out of his hands, but right to Donovan Mitchell with the reverse layup. He gets it to go over Ware. Quick layup for Donovan Mitchell there to get it over the shot blocker. Up top to Davion Mitchell, dancing with it. Now over to Jovic. Extra pass to Powell. Blows past the defense along the baseline. Reverse layup for him. Hangs on the rim. Bounces a couple of times, but he can't get the finish. Cleveland with the rebound. Pell Larson hit the floor on the other end. It's a 5-on-4. They spring it over to Tyson. The Heat do a good job of getting back on defense, and Davion Mitchell fouls Jared Allen as he was calling for the ball on the inside. Lonzo tried to deliver it to him, but they hit Davion Mitchell with a foul, holding on to Jared Allen. Neither team in the bonus so far. Miami now sitting with 3 fouls. The next foul should send Cleveland to the foul line if it's an off-ball foul. Just as that said, Cavs getting the win, sadly. Let's see, man. Let's see. This is why you watch the games. NBM said going for Miami tonight. I mean, it would be better for the Knicks overall. Cleveland sitting with the 3 losses, the Knicks with the 3 losses, so it would be better for New York. As a Knicks fan, that's what I'm looking at. But Jaquez to the bench. Miami out there with Davion Mitchell, Nikola Jovic, Kel'el Ware, Pell Larson, and Norman Powell. Mobley has it up top being guarded by Ware. Hands it off to Hunter. Driving to his left on Jovic. Goes up to the floater over him. Gets it to go. And the foul. And the stare down from DeAndre Hunter over Jovic. Or is that Pell Larson? I can't tell the difference between the two. The camera's too far away from them. From a distance, they look the same. They got the same haircut going on. But Hunter ties it up at 1:15 with the and one floater. He's at the foul line for one more to try and give Cleveland the lead. And Jaquez will sub back in here. That's 5 fouls on Jovic. That was Jovic with the foul, by the way. Hey, Hazy said exciting game. Very exciting game. Michael Johnny, what's up, Michael? Cavs need to trade for Bronny James. I mean, it wouldn't be terrible. Bronny's a pretty good end of the bench guy to have around. Hunter knocks down the free throw to give them a 1-point lead. Here comes Jaquez bringing it down. This should be the closing lineup for the Heat. Cleveland's in a 3-2 zone here. Davion Mitchell has it up top to get it over to Larson. Completely stalled this Miami offense. Larson, a right wing 3. Can't get it to go. Good box out on Kel'el Ware. Cleveland able to easily grab the rebound. DeAndre Hunter on the right wing. Cross court over to Donovan Mitchell. Now over to Lonzo Ball. He has it up top. Jab step against Pell Larson. He's going to fire it over him. Can't get that one to go. Rebound for Kel'el Ware yet again. Kel'el Ware sitting with 16 rebounds tonight. Excellent rebounding night from him. Jaquez has it up top. In and out dribble. Crosses over. Has it in the post against Jalen Tyson. Now driving to his right. Leans in. Throws up the righty hook. Got it to go with a little float hook shot in the lane. Back up by 1 for Miami. 117, 116, 4:18 to go. It's a close one. Donovan Mitchell putting his head down, attacking, gets into the lane, kicks it out to an open Jalen Tyson, right corner 3. He knocks it down. Big shot for Jalen Tyson. Give Cleveland a 2-point lead here. Hit ahead to Norman Powell on the baseline. Euro steps, kicks it out. Extra pass back to Norman Powell. Pump fakes, goes up. Foul on the floor. They're not going to give him the shot. Scott Foster waves it off. He says foul on the floor. Norman Powell's upset. Does a little dance just so he doesn't pick up the technical away from Scott Foster. I got to look at this game. Pistons now up by 3 with 25 seconds to go. Come on, Washington. Pissing it away. Four minutes to go. Side out of bounds for Miami. Davion Mitchell has it up top. Back to Jaquez. Jaquez attacking, trying to split the defense. Throws a lob up to Kel'el Ware. Easy two-handed slam. Great job for Miami to break down that zone. Bad defense from the Cavs there. And we're tied back up at 119. Hunter coming to his left. Step back, mid-range, fall-away jumper over the outstretched hands of Kel'el Ware. But that means he's not under the basket for the rebound. Cleveland able to pick up the offensive. Mitchell coming to his left, dancing with it, steps back, hesitates, kicks it out to Tyson. He just hit one, puts up another one. Jalen Tyson way off on that one. Jaquez able to secure the rebound there. Now here comes Davion Mitchell. Cross court over to Wiggins. Wiggins putting his head down, attacking, throws up another lob, gets knocked away by DeAndre Hunter. Great defense that time from the Cavs. Learned from their previous mistake. Mitchell inside pass to Mobley. Mobley goes up, gets fouled by Khalil Ware, trying to get back on defense. It's going to send Mobley to the foul line for 2 free throws with 3:15 to go here in the fourth quarter. This has been a back and forth affair all fourth quarter long. Pineclone Bliss said, where's Andrew Wiggins? He just subbed back in, Pineclone. It's a great question. It's a great question. I think Spoelstra's been like a couple minutes too late with inserting the guys who've been really good tonight. Should have probably had Wiggins in a little bit earlier over Pell Larson, who wasn't really giving you much. I thought should have brought Norman Powell in earlier in the fourth. 3:15 to go. Mobley came up short on the first free throw. Does knock down the second one, give Cleveland a 1-point lead here. Jaquez quickly pushing the other way. Jaquez up top to Mitchell. Mitchell back to Jaquez. Jaquez attacking the lane, spins to his left, in the middle, kicks it out to Powell. Powell, jab step, now driving to his left, in the lane, stops, puts up the floater, off the backboard, can't get it to go. Donovan Mitchell with the rebound, he's going to bring it down the other way. We're under 3 minutes to go. Donovan Mitchell on the left wing. Cross court up top to Hunter, back to Mitchell. Mitchell being guarded by Wiggins. Mitchell coming to his right off the Dean Wade screen. Jaquez switches on to Mitchell. Mitchell's going to eye down Jaquez with a sidestep three, going to his left, can't get it to go. Sky and high for the rebound is Mobley. Can't secure it, though. The ball's still loose. Mobley dives on it. Ball is still loose. They're fighting over it. It's going to be a timeout for the Cleveland Cavaliers with 2:30 to go. Are they going to do a jump ball? They're going to do a jump ball. I thought the ref signaled the timeout. She pointed towards the Cavs bench. What are we doing? We're going to get a jump ball here. No timeout. We're going to get Davion Mitchell, the shortest guy on the court, against Evan Mobley, one of the tallest guys on the court. Seven seconds on the shot clock for Cleveland. If they do win the possession here, which they should with Mobley jumping up, and they just give it to him, they're going to get back on defense here. Mitchell catches it on the run, going along the baseline, gets caught in the air, almost throws it away. Fight for the loose ball. Dean Wade ends up with it over to Donovan Mitchell, and he can't hold on to it. It's a shot clock violation. Ball ended up out of bounds anyway. And the ball is going to go back to the Miami Heat here. They're down by 1 with 2:20 to go. Jay Hammer said, where's Andre Drummond? He's down there in Philly, man. Playing pretty well for Philly as well. Davion Mitchell has it up top with 2:20 to go. Cleveland still in that zone. They got Dean Wade up top in the middle of the zone. Get it over to Norman Powell in the mid-range, being guarded by Mobley. One dribble to his left, high, arcing shot over Mobley. Mobley comes up with the block, but they call a foul. I don't know. That might be a clean block on Mobley. I don't know about that call. Some of these calls, now they're starting to affect the game. But for the most part, it was a little wishy-washy game officiating-wise. I got to see the replay on it again. Maybe he hit the little bit of the forearm on the jump shot. On the slow motion there. Yeah, he got a little bit of the wrist. Got a little bit of the wrist, I guess. I mean, it's a lot of ball, too, though. A little bit of the wrist on the follow-through. Maybe it's mostly wrist. I don't know. I could see how you could call that a foul, though. I could see how that's a foul, though. In action like that, I could see that. Mobley and Norman Powell talking about it. Powell explaining, he can't hit my hand anymore. It's part of the rules. Which he's right. He's right. Part of the rules now. He can't hit the hand anymore, the shooter, on the follow-through, which Mobley did. That's where the foul call was. So it was the correct call, even if I don't agree with it. Mobley has it up top, being guarded by Khalil Ware. Good to now defense from the Heat here. Mobley's got nowhere to go as he gave up his dribble already. Now they get it out over to Hunter, being guarded by Powell, driving it down. Knocked out of bounds off of DeAndre Hunter. Great defensive possession from Powell, and he's fired up. Here comes Miami with a 1-point lead with under 2 minutes to go. That is a great defensive possession there from Powell. And they're not going to use their challenge there. Powell pump fakes going along the baseline, and he steps out of bounds, trying to attack out of the corner. Ball's going to go back to Cleveland. Marcus Waitley, let's go Heat. Absolutely. We got a lot of Heat fans in the chat tonight. Very close game here, 121-120. Donovan Mitchell bringing it down. Being picked up by Davion Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell coming to his left. Still has it. Trying to dance around a Tyson screen. Jaquez switches onto him. Donovan Mitchell, for some reason, really likes this matchup. High floater off glass. Way off, can't get it to go. Tyson with the offensive rebound. Mobley with the one-handed putback jam over Khalil Ware. And Mobley gives him a little bit of a stare down. Battling on the glass there. Cleveland back up by 1. Jaquez gets a free lane of the basket. Scoop lane with the right hand. Gets it to go. And the foul over Mobley. Got to give him the stare down back, but he doesn't. He's going to walk himself right to the foul line. 1:26 to go here in the fourth quarter. Miami back up by 1 with Jaquez to the foul line for one more. Mobley looked like he pulled his hands away, trying not to foul, but they might call the foul on the body as Mobley did body up with Jaquez as he was in the air. Not a lot of contact, but just enough. Fouled him on the body. Jaquez knocks down his and one free throw. 2-point lead for Miami. Mitchell bringing it down, approaching the 1-minute mark here. 1:15 to go. They get it over to Hunter, driving to his left on Powell. Stops, pulls it back out. Dancing with it now, trying to get it over to Mitchell. Good denial from Jaquez. Hunter is going to keep it. Jaquez switches onto him. Hunter driving to his right, going along the baseline. Goes up off glass. Got it to go. My goodness, these are just clutch basket after clutch baskets from different guys on both sides. It's Jaquez, it's Powell, it's Hunter, it's Mitchell, it's Mobley, it's everybody. Jaquez has it up top, being guarded by Tyson. Hands it off to Wiggins. Wiggins on the right wing, being guarded by Tyson. Jab step coming to his left, middle of the lane. Picks up his handle, kicks it out to Powell. Powell driving to his right. He's got a lane. Euro steps right past Mobley. Scoop layup with the left hand. Got it to go. Mobley missed time in the jump. Beautiful fake from Powell to give him the easy lane of the basket. And Miami back up by 2. 126-124. 40 seconds to go. Mobley hands it off to Hunter. Hunter dancing with it. Back up top to Mobley. A straightaway 3 over Khalil Ware. And he eyes him right between the eyes. Mobley, a straightaway 3. 127-126, a 1-point lead for Cleveland. Miami with the ball. Powell has it up top, being guarded by Jalen Tyson. Driving to his left, quickly trying to pull past the defense. Tries to go up, gets blocked by Mobley. Cleveland picks it up. Here comes Donovan Mitchell bringing it down. They have to foul. Shot clock is off to get it over to Sam Merrill. Sam Merrill hit ahead to Tyson. Tyson, he's going to get fouled. 12.8 seconds to go. Forgot to restart my timer, but 12.8 seconds to go. Norman Powell just put his head down, drove to the rim. Not a good drive from Norman Powell there. Mobley knocks down the clutch 3 and then comes up with the clutch block. He also had showing the replay now, that he also had the clutch putback one-handed slam over Khalil Ware. So now Jalen Tyson's at the foul line. He could ice it here. Comes up short on the first free throw. Why did Sam Merrill give that ball up to Jalen Tyson? You are the knockdown free throw shooter. You are the knockdown free throw shooter, Sam Merrill. Why did you give it up to Jalen Tyson? Second-year player. Missed the first free throw. 12.8 on the clock. Jalen Tyson missed the first one. He does knock down the second one. He didn't look confident as he immediately went towards the rim for a rebound, but he did knock down the second one. Timeout for Miami. Miami's down by 2. Are we going to get an overtime period here? While we get the timeout, go around the league. Is this game over yet? The game looked like over. Looked like the Pistons won it. The Pistons did pull it off 137-135. Cade Cunningham with the 46, 12, and 11. Come on, Washington. You can't even pull that game off. Justin Malcolm, what's up, Justin? Game-winning 3-ball. Let's see, Justin. Let's see. Let's see. Kay Hazy said overtime, I bet. Why does it feel like we always pull the overtime game? Why does it feel like we're always pulling the overtime game? I'm loving it, so. The Magic ended up beating the Blazers tonight. The Pistons ended up beating the Wizards in an overtime game. The Lakers pulled away from the Hornets in the fourth. You got Minnesota taking on the Jazz again here tonight. Back-to-back game. They just played, and the Timberwolves dominated them, but the Jazz fighting back here tonight. You got Suns dominating the Pelicans as they continue to struggle with the Pelicans. They traded away their pick. What were the Pelicans thinking? The Mavericks with a 3-point lead over the Bucks. Mavericks competing well. Cooper Flagg is with 17 points. Might be the Cooper Flagg game here tonight. Giannis with 15 and 3 blocks. The Spurs were trailing by 4 against the Bulls here. Wemby with 30, 10, and 5. Oof. Jaquez so far tonight with 16, 10, and 7. Jaquez hooped tonight. Did most of his damage in the first half. Not as much damage in the second half. But here we go. Coming back out. The Miami Heat come out with Wiggins, Powell, Khalil Ware, Davion Mitchell, and Jaime Jaquez. Wiggins will inbound it. They get it into Davion Mitchell. They spring it over to Jaquez. Jaquez is going to quickly look to attack, spins in the lane, puts up the little righty hook, knocks down the little floater. Tied it. Cleveland's not going to use a timeout here. Donovan Mitchell driving it down. Step back long 2. Can't get it to go. And we got 5 more minutes of basketball, y'all. Throw 5 more minutes back up on the clock, God damn it. And we are not going to overtime. We are going to the faded 5th quarter. We don't throw up OT here. We throw up 5s. Back to the 5th quarter. Here we go. Here we go. We had a stretch so far this season where we covered, I think, 3 straight overtime games this season. And I believe this is going to be our 4th overtime game so far this year. So instead of 12 minutes back up on the clock, we're going to throw 5 minutes on the clock, which means I have to adjust the timer here. But here we go, y'all. It's been a fun game. Why not get 5 more minutes of it? Why not? There we go. 5 minutes on the clock. There we go. Kay Hayes said Donovan selling the hell out of this team with all that chucking. Yeah, he's taking some really, really bad shots tonight. 9 for 26 overall for Donovan Mitchell. 2 for 14 from 3. Boy, oh boy, has he been chucking for sure. 24, 8, and 4. 18 for Hunter, 19 for Mobley, who really stepped up in the second half here. Definitely stepped up in the second half here. He had a pretty piss-poor first half. He only scored 5 points in the first half. Tyson with 10. He's chipped in. He's done his part. Justin Malcolm said, I hate overtime games. It just makes me more nervous. Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, it is good basketball. Look, I don't have a vested interest in tonight's game. I'm a Knicks fan. So I was just rooting for a good game, and boy, oh boy, have we been delivered a good game so far here tonight. We could throw up Spurs Bulls as well in the multi-view just to keep an eye on that one because that's 2 minutes to go. Matter of fact, we're going to do that. I'm going to throw it up in the multi-view just because. You hit the multi-view. Double. I want to do Spurs Bulls because we got 2 minutes left to go in that game. Why not? Obviously, we're going to cover our overtime period here, but I just want to keep an eye on it. See how it goes. Tua Tagovailoa's burner. Cleveland going down. Camille Lightborn, what's up, Camille? I lost. I have under 265.5. Yeah, it's a rough one for it to go to overtime, too. It's a 2-point game, 109-111. Spurs down by 2 with under 2 minutes to go in that one. But here we go. In our game, let's go ahead and throw up our game cast as well so you guys can follow along. Here we go. Jaquez out of the left corner, driving to his right. Spinning now. Driving to his right again. Middle of the lane, little pull-up jumper. Can't get it to go, but that's because he drew the foul on DeAndre Hunter. It's going to send him to the foul line for 2 free throws. Valentina Mar, what's up, Valentina? I missed it. What player scored the last basket? Jaime Jaquez Jr. knocked down the little floater to tie it up, and then Donovan Mitchell missed the pull-up jumper to send it in to win the game. Instead, we're here in overtime. Jaquez knocks down the first free throw. Skrilla Team USA. What's up, Skrilla Team? Where's Darius Garland? He is out for the remainder of the night, brother. Out with he was seen limping around. So probably from the toe surgery. Wembanyama knocks down a pull-up three to tie it at 114, by the way. Topez Anime Collections. What's up, Topez? Cleveland going to get it? I mean, they probably should. Mobley has it, but Miami holding strong. They get it out to Merrill, back inside the Mobley. Mobley's been very good here in the second half. They get it back out to Merrill, who got them back in the game originally, knocking down threes. Khalil Ware snatches the rebound over Mobley. And now here come the Heat, bringing it down the other way. Miami has it up top, in the corner. Wiggins, backing down Donovan Mitchell. Stop, turn, fall away jumper off glass. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Ware kept it alive, while Hunter able to grab it. Checking out this other Spurs game. And Wemby knocks down another three. 117-114 as they take the lead over the Bulls. Love to see the Bulls losing as well. Donovan Mitchell driving to the basket, draws the foul on Wiggins. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Oh, I don't have the game cast up. Why did it not pull up? There we go. My bad, guys. My bad. That's on me. I have it here. What am I doing? Got to go over here. Wembanyama just staring down Vucevic, handling it out up top. Rhythm dribble, pull up three straight away. Give him the 3-point lead. Wemby's that guy. Wemby's that guy. Mitchell knocked down the first one. He could tie it up here. 3:50 to go. Donovan Mitchell comes up short in the second one, but battle for the rebound. Ball's knocked loose. Tyson picks it out, and they swing it around to Mobley. Pass fake, pump fake. Gets it over to Mitchell. Pulls it back out. Steps out behind the 3-point line, being guarded by Davion Mitchell. Crossing over. Puts up the three. Draws the foul. Foul on the floor. Justin Malcolm said, need a big three from Wiggins. Capable. Capable. Marquise McDon said, did Jared Allen foul out? I don't think Jared Allen fouled out. I think they just want more offense in there. I don't think so. Mobley has it up top, but we can double check. Mobley with the pull-up three over Khalil Ware. Can't get it to go. Fight for the long rebound. Jaquez digging it out. Ball still loose. Players diving onto it. And we're going to get a jump ball. Davion Mitchell was there. I don't know who tied him up with Miami. A couple of players were surrounding him. Davion Mitchell comes up with a little bit of a limp. I can tell you right now. MBM said, in the 5th dimension, hit the like button while accelerating. Appreciate you, MBM. If you're enjoying the show so far, go ahead, leave a like. Hit that thumbs up button. Would greatly appreciate it. I can tell you right now if Jared Allen fouled out. I don't think he did. Jared Allen. No, he's only got. Where is it? Where are the fouls? He's got 0 fouls. They just don't want him out there. Keith Lopez, what's up, Keith? I was just there. Had to leave for the Bright Line train. Unfortunate, Keith. Unfortunate. It's a good game. Herder missed the three. Castle with the rebound. And it looks like the Bulls are going to fall to the Spurs. Castle's at the foul line. 2 free throws. Nice. Nice to see. Cleveland wins the tip. They get it up top to Mitchell. Mitchell coming to his right. 3:30 to go. Mitchell dancing with it against Norman Powell. Fakes the handoff. Now gets it over to Merrill. Merrill back to Mitchell. Dancing with it. Coming to his left. Pulls it back out. Good defense from Wiggins. Not allowing him to go. They hand it off to Mobley. He's going to attack Wiggins now. Scoop layup high off glass with the right hand. Hanging on the rim, but he can't get it to fall. Jaquez comes in and secures the rebound. Bringing it down. Wiggins. In and out dribble. Has it on the left wing, being guarded by Dean Wade. Wiggins trying to get it to the Powell. Up top to Jaquez. He's going to look to attack Tyson. Driving it down. Throws up the floater. Comes up short. Khalil Ware battling for it. Knocks the rebound off the glass right back to him, and he tips it up and in. Khalil Ware has been phenomenal on the glass tonight. Phenomenal on the glass. Under 3 minutes to go. Let me get rid of the Spurs-Bulls game because the Spurs are going to pull that one out. But Mitchell has it in the mid-range. Pass fake, got nowhere to go. Gets it out to Tyson. Tyson back to Mitchell, being guarded by Jaquez. This has not been good offense for the Cavs all night long. Why do they keep going to it? Mitchell trying to drive it down, gets it out to Tyson. Tyson, a right wing three, can't get it to go. Well contested by Davion Mitchell. Jaquez, yet another rebound. And here comes Jaime Jaquez, bringing it down with 2:20 to go. Jaquez has it up top, being guarded by Donovan Mitchell. They're going to clear out the wing for him. He's going to put Mitchell in the post. Has it at the foul line now, backing him down, has it in the paint, almost poked away, picks it back up, kicks it out to Davion Mitchell. Shot clock down to 5. Got to make something out of nothing. A step back 3 for Davion Mitchell in rhythm. Airballs that thing. It goes out of bounds. Back to the Cavs. NBM said Cavs missing the coach. They are. They are missing their coach. Kenny Atkinson got kicked out of the game at the end of the third quarter, like 20 seconds to go. Camilla said, what's the chance that they don't score 7 points? It's a decent chance, Camilla. It's not out of the realm of possibility. It's a decent chance. DeAndre Hunter gets it down low to Mobley. Mobley pulls it back out, driving it down, puts it up over Khalil Ware, gets it to go, and the foul. Okay, the chance gets a little bit slimmer after that one. A little bit slimmer after that one, Camilla. Dylan Hola. What's up, Dylan? D-Mitch needs 28 points, please. Donovan Mitchell sitting with what? 25? He needs one more 3? He could definitely get it. Definitely get it. Justin said 1-3 end this game. Mobley misses the free throw. Khalil Ware snatches the rebound. And Scott Foster from the half-court line calls it a goaltend on the rebound from Khalil Ware. I don't like that call at all. They're going to give Mitchell the free throw, so I'll give it to him for now. Official review. Official review. Okay, that's glad. It's a good thing that Miami didn't have to use a challenge there. Official review. That's pretty good officiating from Scott Foster then if they immediately went to the official review. It's going to allow you to review it because you're under 2 minutes to go. So that's good officiating. I don't know. That might be off. From that angle, it looked off. From the over-the-top angle, from behind the backboard, looked like it was still on. The Hood Reacts and Vlogs, appreciate you. Thank you for subscription. Hope you're having a good time tonight. MBM said Wiggins is cold as ice. Yeah, I mean, look, he had his hot streak earlier. He's 7 for 12 from the field tonight. 2 for 5 from 3. He's got 21 points. Norman Powell with 31. Camilla said, I lose? Did you lose already? Or do you still have a chance, Camilla? Call is overturned. No goaltend. Wipe the 1 point away. I think that's good officiating from Scott Foster. You call the goaltend, and then you immediately signal for an official review because you're under 2 minutes to go. That's good officiating from Scott Foster. That's good officiating. The free throw doesn't count, Camilla. The basket counts, but the free throw doesn't count. So it's 132-131. Pinecone Bliss said, looking for a Wiggins 3. 1:49 to go. Miami will bring it down. Davion Mitchell is going to bring it down. Mitchell has it up top. Tyson picks him up. Davion Mitchell. Good action from Miami. Not getting anything open, though. Coming to his left off a Ware screen, driving it down along the baseline, pulls it back out. Has not been a single pass yet. He throws up a floater, and he got it to go down. You guys know I don't like the no-pass possessions, but if it ends with you getting the basket, I'll live with it. Davion Mitchell knocks down the floater there, giving Miami a 3-point lead. Mobley hands it off to Hunter. Hunter pulls it out, being guarded by Jaquez. Hunter coming to his left. Jaquez sticking with him, crossing over, spinning back. Good contest on the fall-away jumper. Didn't matter. DeAndre Hunter got the little fall-away 10-footer to go, 12-footer to go. 133-134. 1 minute to go here in the faded fifth quarter. An overtime period. Norman Powell gets it over to Jaquez. Jaquez going to look to attack off the bounce. Spins off of Hunter. Stops, turns, spins again. Little fall-away jumper over him. Anything you can do, I can do better offense. Hits him with the fadeaway. Adds well right back. Miami back up by 3. Mitchell over to Hunter. He's trying to answer with the left corner 3. Too strong, can't get it to go. Bouncing on the rim a couple of times. Ball knocked loose. Jaquez picks it up because of course he does. Who else but to pick up the rebound by Jaime Jaquez with 22 points and 13 rebounds tonight. Norman Powell has it up top. 30 seconds to go. Norman Powell dancing with it. Norman Powell coming to his right off the screen. Sam Merrill picks him up. He spins off of him, driving it down to the rim. Scoop layup, high off glass. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Donovan Mitchell able to grab it. He's going to bring it down. They're down by 3. Hit ahead to Merrill. Merrill wanted to shoot that. Over to Mitchell. He's going to fire straight away 3. Too strong. Can't get it to go. He's been misfiring all night. But to get it out, offensive rebound over to Merrill, who's been on point. He can't knock that one down. Rebound knocked loose. Mitchell picks it up. Over to Mobley. He puts it up. And he gets it to go. No shot. And they call a timeout. What are you doing? What are you doing? Johnny Bryant sold. Johnny Bryant sold. Mitchell fired the 3, couldn't get it to go. Merrill off the offensive rebound had a good clean look, couldn't get it to go. Donovan Mitchell saves another rebound, gets it over to Mobley, who fires the 3. He gets the 3 to go down, but Johnny Bryant calls the timeout before Mobley could take the shot, wipe the 3 off the board that would have tied the game, and now we have 8 seconds to draw up a play where you're going to get a better look than what Mobley just had there from 3. If you were going to let them play Johnny Bryant, then let them play. Justin Malcolm, let's go. MBM said that's why he's not ready. Deem Assalong? What's up, Deem? I smell a double overtime. The faded 6th quarter? Can we get to the faded 6th quarter? We've only seen the 6th quarter once. That was to start the year. That was the double overtime game between Houston and the Thunder. That was the only time we saw the faded 6th quarter. Can we get another one here tonight? Cleveland and Johnny Bryant going to drop a play here. MBM said foul immediately, Heat. True. Very true. Milk Money said told ya. Lonzo's going to inbound it. They got nobody open. They get it into Hunter, and they foul immediately. Foul on the floor. 7.2 on the clock. Deem said, nah, I want to see my Heat win. True. AKA Miami. What's up, AKA? It's crazy Jared Allen have no minutes is diabolical. I mean, he's been okay. He wasn't exceptional tonight. He was okay. Solid. They wanted more perimeter players. They were down 16. They wanted more of the three-point shooters out there. Come back into the game. This unit has played well together. Hunter's at the foul line for 2 free throws, 7.2 to go. Knocks down the first one. Jovic is going to sub back in for the Heat. He's got 5 fouls. Comes in for Davion Mitchell. You want the taller player in there. Jovic is a pretty decent rebounder as well. Hunter's at the foul line for one more. Do you miss it instead? You just look to make it and play the foul game here. You do have a timeout. So maybe you look to make it, you play the foul game, you call a timeout, and you run another play. DeAndre Hunter does look to make it. And a timeout from Miami. It's a 1-point game. Justin said, so is he going to miss on purpose? I thought maybe you missed on purpose, but if you have a timeout, you play the foul game, 7.2 on the clock's more than enough time. They inbound it, you foul, you send them to the foul line, you hope they miss. You snag the rebound, or even if they make both, you call the timeout again, you run a play again, and look to get a better look from 3 on a catch-and-shoot opportunity. Because they had to run it out of the sideline there where they didn't really have a ton of great angles, and they couldn't really get it inbound to anybody. Jackie Wright with the subscription. Appreciate you, Jackie. Hope you're having a good time tonight. King Tomador. What's up, King? Miami likely to get a turnover. I don't know if likely is what I would go with. There's a chance. 7.2 on the clock, Blaze Wolf, absolutely. 7.2 on the clock. Got the full timeout from Miami, so they advance the ball to the half-court line. They could throw it into the backcourt if they need to. They have the full court to utilize here. MC Lotto TV said play the free throw game. True. Play the free throw game. You hope they miss one. They've been fantastic from the foul line, though, I'll tell you that. NBM said they'll foul immediately. Yeah, they'll look for the steal. If they don't get the steal, they'll foul immediately, send them to the foul line. You have a timeout. That's why you make both. You play the foul game. Vanessa Jackson said, please win. Let's see. Can Miami hold on here? We definitely hit the over, Camille. I'm sorry about that. And Jalen Tyson fouls Norman Powell. And away from the play foul before the ball is inbounded means you get one free throw and the ball back. This could fundamentally end the game. Powell's going to get one free free throw here, and he's been perfect from the foul line tonight. Powell misses the free throw. Oh, keeping hope alive for Cleveland. He was 11 for 11 from the free throw line, misses the biggest one of the game. Jovic is going to inbound it. They have the full court they could utilize. They get it into Powell. Immediately forced to foul Powell. Powell's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. He just missed one. Maybe that'll be in his head. Karam said, come on, Cavs. NBM said no time went off. 6.5 on the clock now. Toper Delpilar, what's up, Toper? Justin said, make your free throws, please make one. Gotta make both, really. Norman Powell does knock down the first one. He was perfect from the foul line before that missed technical free throw. Now 12 or 13 from the foul line. Vanessa Jackson said, of course he misses the most important one. Powell knocks down both free throws at that time. And a timeout from the Cavaliers. Still down by 3. Still have an opportunity here. 135, 138. They could send it to the faded 6th quarter. What do we think? Dre, what's up, Dre? Go Knicks. Gab, what's up, Gab? He got this? We'll see. Sports Gandhi, what's up, Sports? Just a free throw contest now? Now you have to play defense. Because Cleveland is likely to catch and shoot here. Should have been 4 NBM. It should have been 4. MC Lotto said, where's Terry Rozier? He's busy. K. Hayes said, do not shoot Donovan. You are not clutch player of the year. Spider makes a 3. The dichotomy of fan base here. The dichotomy of basketball fans. Donovan Mitchell, don't shoot that shot. Donovan Mitchell's going to make the 3. Let's see. We're coming out. I think it's obvious they're either going to go to Donovan Mitchell or to DeAndre Hunter. Mobley probably is the 3rd option. They might go to Merrill. Devin Easton Castro, what's up, Devin? Is Wiggins playing? He is playing. So they're going to probably go to Merrill. They'll go to Mitchell, Merrill, or Hunter. Your 1-3, 1-2-3 option. They have Lonzo inbounding. They have Mobley there in the 5 spot. Lonzo shoves it over to Merrill. Catches it off the movement. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Long rebound. Mitchell grabs it, turns, fires at the left corner, and he got it to go! Donovan Mitchell. Who said it? KAZ, MBM. What do you said it? And we're off our way to the faded 6th quarter. And we're on our way to the faded 6th quarter. Game is not over yet. Donovan Mitchell has been misfiring all night long. Donovan Mitchell was 2 for 14 from three-point range before he snatches that, runs to the left corner, chucks it up over Kel'el Ware, flying at him, trying to get as good a contest as possible. Mitchell off bounds, falling out of bounds, just turning, catching, throwing it up, and he gets it to go with Kel'el Ware just right over his fingertips, and Donovan Mitchell gets it to go down. K. Hayes said, LOL, he finally made it. Jordan, what's up, Jordan? Cleveland for the win. Here we go. Here we go. Tied at 138. 0.4 seconds on the clock. Miami had the timeout. That's more than enough time to catch and shoot. More than enough time to catch and shoot. Also got to watch out for the lob to Kel'el Ware or something. MC Lotto said, let's go eat. KE said, no rim at all. Nope. Nope. All right. Miami's got to inbound it here. MC Lotto said, I'm pissed. Oh, Donovan Mitchell was stepping out of bounds. They got Donovan Mitchell on the replay here. Looks like his toes right on the baseline there. Obviously, they didn't call it. Keith Lopez, I can't believe I'm missing the game. Should have stayed, Keith. Should have stayed. AKA Miami said, can't believe I took Allen on the slip. I'm sick. Let's see. Miami's going to inbound it. They got 0.4 on the clock. They got more than enough to catch and heave. We have a double overtime incoming. Or do we have a miracle? They throw the lob wide open, and he dunks it down. That's game. It's over. Miami wins it on the lob. Wiggins got free under the basket. He got a two-handed slam to go. Miami steals it after a crazy Donovan Mitchell corner three. They left 0.4 on the clock. They throw the lob into Wiggins. He gets a wide open dunk. Nobody was around him. A perfect pass leads to a Wiggins two-handed slam. And they got the lob. You almost never see the lob. Just let them catch, turn, fire. 0.3 really isn't enough time to get a shot off. You just got to get a heave. You don't let them get wide open under the rim. What are you doing, Cleveland? Johnny Bryant. Johnny Bryant. Why are you guarding so close? Why are you guarding the inbounder? Don't guard the inbounder. Guard the basket and tell everybody else to play straight up. Why are you guarding the inbounder? There's 0.4 on the clock. You just allow your man-to-man defense. You let them catch, turn, and heave, but you don't give up the lob. He's wide open under the basket by himself. Guys, there's nobody down low. How does that happen? What a play drawn up by Eric Spoelstra. Wow. And Miami steals it at the buzzer. Spo Coach of the Year. He's probably going to win Coach of the Year this year. I think, is that going to be his first Coach of the Year award? He's been the best coach in the league for a while. Wow. Wow. 23 points for Wiggins. He gets the end of the game basket. Amazing game. Amazing game. Wow. That's going to wrap up our night, y'all. Miami steals it 140 to 138 in an overtime period. The faded fifth quarter. It took 5 quarters to get here. Deem Slag said, new sub here. Nice call. Appreciate you, Deem. Appreciate you, man. MC Lotto said, good night, folks. Appreciate you, MBM. Great call. Appreciate you, MBM. Appreciate everybody who decided to hang out with us here tonight. A great game Miami and Cleveland gave to us. We picked out a good one, y'all. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. Of course, I want to give a shout out to all of our our channel members. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for everybody for tuning in tonight and supporting the channel. We will be live tomorrow for Knicks versus Grizzlies. That should be an incredible game. Knicks are on a 4-game winning streak. Grizzlies struggling a little bit, so we'll see if the Knicks are able to keep that home streak alive. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Vincent, Benight, DMBM, Justin Malcolm, Isaiah Sherrod, Pinecone Bliss, MC Lotto TV, Deem Salang, Gab, Salcedo, Steve Rivera, Magnate, appreciate y'all, Marcus Waitley, TO2 Real. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Justice's dad, of course, Florida booming raised. Let's go Heat. I mean, the Heat stole it tonight. What an incredible game. What an incredible ending. So happy we got to see that as a community. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. As always, remember to brush your teeth before bed, stay hydrated, and get a good night's sleep tonight. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. We will be back tomorrow, 7 o'clock start time for the 7:30 game. We will go through our pregame as usual. Appreciate you guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. I'm out. Bye.